It's been tough. You know, my life has been tough. Okay, it has. I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby. All the shit that happened to me, and all the stress and the mental shit that I go through on a daily basis. Sometimes. A daily basis. Stress. Sometimes. A daily basis. Stress. Sometimes. Let's start at the beginning. Way back when the pig and the cockroach were involved in an experiment to make a new staple food source in the early 80s, inventing delicious hybrid six-legged pigs, nuclear bomb resistant bacon on the cob. It failed. Mom and Dad found my ass inside a trash can. They discarded bug larvae, snorting, burping, farting, smelling worse than a Wendy's chili filled cum dumpster. The couple picked me up, screaming, "What the fuck?" Figuring that their cats would use a new chew toy. I got adopted, passed off as a mutated human. Boy, I was raised by TV, wrestling, Chef Boyardee's, and unlimited supply of feline feces.
It's not true.
It's true. I got doo-doo dudes, dude. I got doo-doo dudes, dude. On to chapter 2, titled
Super.
Street Fighter 2, Autism Edition, obsessed with pretending I'm becoming the best. Instead, I failed the mission. Traveling the country, sucking at tournaments, getting laughed at like a traveling circus clown, blaming arcades literally every time. My brain's shut down. The drains, missing all my shots. Stormtroopers, eating more shit than a pooper scooper. Always feeling like a gouty outsider. Till finally one day, I got 4th place in a Street Fighter game 4 people played. Now, look, listen, follow my logic. I was a troll, asshole, alcoholic, sipping gin and tonic, lying to the fact that I run on top of idiotic. I was moronic, or paranoid, a chronic smoker, choking more often than before, neurotic, Jared Leto's Joker. And then I ran away empty-handed. Both my friends I betrayed along the way. I monetized them to this very day. The straw that broke the camel's back for me. I was confronted once out in public about my threats to beat people with sticks, and I pulled my legs back behind my thorax, shit my pants, and cried like a pig roach. Fat.
It's not true.
It's true. Doo-doo. I got doo-doo dudes, dude. I got doo-doo dudes, dude. Curses, shit got worse and worse. The 3rd verse hurts me even worse than the first. Just imagine wagging it, trying to relax, fulfilling your thirst, and blowing your load of Alfredo cheese sauce over a PG-13 YouTube stream. Riddle me this. Do you go into town, give up on YouTube dreams, turn off the computer, become a commuter to 9 to 5, earning an honest living? Or choose the alternative of life like a laughing stock, eternally existing as a narcissistic, perpetually begging micro-cock?
It's not true.
It's true.
What the fuck did I do? What did I get myself into?
You're my 4th place trophy.
Gosh, one of those days.
At least until the day for the alimony payments.
Yay!
I got doo-doo dudes, dude. I got doo-doo dudes, dude. Woo! Now, I do have a favor to ask, okay? I mentioned this on tonight's late stream. I'm going to probably be mentioning it on every stream this week. Here's the deal. This week, I have 2 very large bills due. But then, I also have my day off on Wednesday. I bring this up because I need you to refocus your support if you were already planning on supporting me this weekend.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Fucking loser.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
Always going broke.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
If you think that someone who has to live day to day on tips and shit is funny, oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a local.
Phil's a beggar.
Bagging.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Always going broke.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a local.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a local.
Phil's a beggar. That's not begging.
Okay, I'll be honest. It makes me nervous because I've noticed recently there's actually been an uptick in super chats, which is great. It helps the channel long term, and certainly I'm not being ungrateful. And if that's the only way that you can contribute or support the channel, great. If you can help me and tip me, please do. That's what I need help with right now, okay? Again, I'm not asking for anything above and beyond. You know idiots will come out in prayers. Phil's saying he wants you to pay directly.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys and you know how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support. I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. And I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills. I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had an opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forego tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, it's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week. That's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Now what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's going
kind
to be
of sweetness
acidity
to
from
the sauce.
tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
And then
tart
spice.
and it's acid and nothing else. Alright. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills, Italian dark side fit, Italian life, Italian wife, Italian chill, Italian can't give her a pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style, tips, greasy hair, pasta once a week. The authentic style, Asian fusion style, Italian.
Guess what else we're gonna add?
What?
Sausage. Italian sausage. That's gonna go in here too.
I love sausage. I have had many varieties.
Italian life, Italian wife, Italian bills, Italian dark side fit, Italian life, Italian wife, Italian chill, Italian can't give her a pill. Why do you pretend to be Italian? I don't. I'm not full-blooded Italian. That'd be ridiculous for me to claim. I am a quarter Italian. I am 1/4 Polish, and then I'm half kind of European mix. It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't. I can't even tell you another cuisine that tastes like that. But it's so good. And what I like about Mediterranean food is usually when you get it, you get such a good variety of stuff. Like I got, it came with hummus and pitas. You dip the pitas in the hummus, and that was delicious. Robust, insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust. Give me this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce. Robust. I will tell you guys is thus. Robust. Robust. It came with their rice, which is the seasoned rice. The tastes, again, it tastes kind of different from other cultures' rices. It has peas and carrots, but it's also got this unique seasoning in it that's really good. And then also a side salad, which was like lettuce, tomato, onion, robust, insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust. Give me this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce. Robust. I will tell you guys is thus. Robust. 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 We went and got dinner. Now, this was a double-edged sword. We knew that the restaurant we were going to was probably going to be good. It was a very high-end Chinese-style, Asian fusion-style restaurant, okay?
Of it, bacon border is the gun before the waters. Very soon you'll ask him to dress up like a future portal. When the steps are also low and stay so slow and have no flow, that's when you know he's gonna go and ask for dough and not to show. The fan supporters key as he will pay for fans to pay a fee and guarantee for all to see. He's begging tickets back on free. He wants to wear a hat and vest as long as his dumb pants and vest. They make with it. His request is their finances far too stressed. He's wanting to wear glasses, bottles per day, watching masses. Won't get taught the lazy asses as their vessel burns to ashes. Now it's time to blame the game and got some shame on why his debts are lame as he will aim to fame his money. Situation is quite tame. There's nothing he can do, so sends a tweet to come from Bacon too. He has no clue on why, so if you won't donate for his revenue, he'll tell those fans they mustn't wait. They can donate, it's not too late, cause at this rate he'll hesitate on if the game is worth his weight. It's Bacon one, we're almost done, and detractors are having fun. His race has run, his tip goals being hit and looking like it's none. No goals are met, he lost a bit and now the pig's starting to sweat. He looks upset and so is the fans that heave against the threat. He will attack and snort and knock and throw, roll trigger, awkward back as felt as lack of tips he wanted, so he keeps on talking smack. Bacon zero will drop a nuke to silence. Felt toxic rebuke would make a normal viewer pick and left his fancy one quite shoot. Next day we'll see first confession about how that was his depression to explain salty aggression, so his fans should never question. And new day resets the score and Bill's excuses start to bore, and we can't take it anymore as we start off at Bacon 4.
Wow.
I didn't do that. 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 So now you can live in your mom's basement. You can celebrate by eating your whole fucking bag of Doritos and chugging down your fucking Fanta. I'm not stupid.
With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes are Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge toward because his code can be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are slow machine. He's snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if matches fun, his child can't see it powers make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is dead to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Tissue's nearly over and awareness in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end.
Why do I say I'm not a children's?
Alright guys, very quickly, Barry has one of my wee songs as well in there. That's my DSP Bingo track, and I think it's quite fitting to have that as part of the playlist, you know. I made that like a few weeks ago, or last month or something, and yeah, it's a good wee track I had some fun with. It's like, sometimes I'll go a while without making stuff, and then I'll get creative inspiration to make something, and I'll just go for it, but these days not as much. Anyway, we are playing bingo today, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Yesterday, we let random chance dictate what happened. Might do the same again today. In fact, let me show you. We have absolutely everything on our bingo card on this wheel right here. We could basically have the wheel decide. Do people want the wheel to decide? Or should we just do it in chat instead? Right, I'm still eating my dinner, but I'm just thought I'd take a wee break just to sort out the bingo card and all that nonsense. But I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, as I said, we've got everything ready to go essentially just to prepare the bingo card. We've got the stuff added in here ready to generate. In fact, let's just generate the bingo card right now, even though we don't know what we're picking yet. And yeah, all I need to do is basically press this wheel and we'll be able to determine what random thing from all the 97 different things on here will be used to pick our bingo card. You know, I'm just gonna pick it right now. Right, we're going. So today's bingo card will have defense mode. Defense mode wins out. So we also need a random number generator, don't we? So random number generator. Thank you very much. Now, let me click here. We need a, oops, if I can spell, if I can ring right. Again, if I can spell it wrong, that's twice in a row, it's impressive. So we need a number between 1 and 238. Fantastic stuff indeed. Between 1 and 238, generate random numbers, please. 230, so it's quite near the end. We need a 230th bingo card, which would be this one right here, the one on the left hand side. Welcome back, Warren. Yeah, you should give up smoking. Bad habit. Poor dog. But yeah, the bingo card we're going to be using today is this one on the left hand side. He has to say unique, life, honest. He has to have a creepy whisper and also have any scat talk. Then he has to stand up randomly, which doesn't count for him like ending the podcast and going to the bathroom. Any other time he stands up, it's a fair game. But not for the usual thing where he's like, I'm going to go on like a 5-10 minute break while, you know, I go to the loo and all that shit. That doesn't count because it would be too cheap. And they have voice crack, wow, content, and positive. Then you have gifted memberships, defense mode, which was a thing that a random generator chose for today, snort, alright, and drama. And you got him saying wrong, dead air, thumbs up, leaning and ban, and weird noise. And finally, people saying food talk. That being said, new games and throat clearing. And yeah, this is a pretty decent card, I think. I quite like it. The lean and ban means we're going to have Phil's chat on screen. But that's not too bad a thing, really, you know, it's okay. And plus, he might have an early lean, we don't know. In fact, let me get everything set up and prepared, and we can actually keep an eye on Phil's chat, because yesterday Phil started leaning people before he went even properly, before we actually began the show properly. Because he was technically live, it counted. So that was kind of criteria we followed through with. Phil was technically live at the time, he just wasn't, you know, on video yet, and he was leaning people in chat, so we might get an early one today as well, who knows. We'll have to keep an eye out and see. But let me save the bingo card very quickly, and I'll set up the stream for Phil's chat as well to be on screen, and then we can play some more music and enjoy that while I finish my dinner. So yeah, actually just, yeah, I think I'm just going to start playing more music now. So there's a new playlist I made up, you know, and it's got some new cast stuff on it. It's also got a few of my stuff. It's got the Playing Me a Blaze keeps telling me to use this bingo music from You Don't Know Jack, so that's on there as well. And plus Juju's and Masked Infinity featuring DSP, Doritos and Fanta was one of the most recent ones you just heard as well. But you guys enjoy the music while I set up the game, and yeah, cheers.
Entertainer, because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big ups to your dad. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera. I need banana, tasty banana, put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
Like exploding in the stream chat. People who, oh, they pretend like they support me. They pretend like they're positive, and they're not. They're shitheads. They sit here and they sneak this, and they say underhanded things. They try to literally bring up either detractor memes or literal drama shit every day. They do it on purpose so that they can try to derail the shit that I'm doing on my streams, you know? And it just gets to the point where it's so frustrating. I just want to have fun, man. I really just want to fucking have fun. That's it. That's all I want to do is have fun with you guys. Fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have no taxes, bills to pay. Nice chill stream today. You're having a fun and interactive time with me, and you're finding entertainment, positivity, and value in it. Then the support should just come naturally. Okay? I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. Here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game. I'm voice acting. I'm engaged. I'm commentating on everything that's going on actively. Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2, which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon. It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored. I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say, you know?
Right now, for the next week, I'm literally strapped for cash. The only money I'll have is tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, you know, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin my all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet. To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Pay Ben taxes. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better, but I'm kind of stuck right now with how things are. That's why I'm trying to make money. I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben taxes. Bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to. If you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home. See, I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
Oh, you're right. You will take the ban. You're absolutely right. You will take the ban. You'll take the ban hard right in your fucking ass. Get the fuck out. You're supposed to be someone I trust, and you're gonna be a dickhead and go behind my back and hurt me and insult me. Get the fuck out. You'll take the ban real hard right up the finger.
I'm just going to ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother. Fuck the trolls. Bitch, fuck you and your mother.
I'm just going to ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother.
I'm just going to
fuck you and your mother. That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules. What I say goes. This is my land. A nice lean-in manual. Now, just because I can, I'll issue a lean-in manual ban.
Ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother. Fuck the trolls. Bitch. Now, just because I can, I'll issue a lean-in manual ban.
Ban.
Why am I toxic?
Ban. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother.
I'm just going to
fuck you and your mother. Alright guys, how about this? How about everyone relax and let me play the fucking game and stop derailing my stream? Maybe I don't give a fuck that someone maybe in here who you're accusing of being someone else who was previously banned. Maybe I just want to play the game and I don't fucking care about you guys derailing. Like, there's people watching the stream right now, they're trying to watch me play the game. Here's everyone in the chat. There's someone in the chat who's someone else who might have been previously banned. They might be saying racist things to do that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm looking at the chat for the last 5 to 10 minutes, None of that is happening in the chat. None of it. It's just you guys screaming.
First tips are mandatory. Let's make that crystal clear. A drought in tipping contributions sure gives Phil the fear. He really needs that money, guys. There's bills he has to pay. Just ignore the fact he got $1,000 the other day. Why does he need that money? What a very personal query. Of course, detractors all have come up with their own theory. With instant financial gratification, it's WWE Champion's time, pouring money into that stupid game up till his final dime. But there's prizes for the fans, if they so choose to tip, in the form of 3-tier gold rewards for items he'll equip. For just $50 he shall adorn a pair of gunner glasses, an expensive price to pay to force upon his loyal masses. $100 gives the fans a choice of several hats, but remember now, you have to tip, don't count for super chats. An extra $50 more has Phil put on a vest, but you really need your buying guys, time for you to invest. Please remember there's a risk for every tip you send his way, as he'll have your private PayPal information when you pay. That's your actual name and email and currency that you use. These are the facts you need to know, please don't fall for his ruse. Then there's super chats, a safer way for fans to contribute compared to tipping, which is still Phil's preferred fan donating route. They take 2 months to pay out and not tied to any reward, so there's really no incentive for fans to donate toward. We mustn't forget Patreon, even though most others do. Let's be real, this isn't the avenue Phil stopped trying to pursue. His last update on the site was over 4 whole years ago, which just illustrates the lack of effort from Phil that's on show. The memberships I saw a lot of soccer accounts created just to reach a target set by Phil, so became quite inflated. Rewards were barely worth it, such as seeing Phil eat food. Fans assume multiplayer was coming, but Phil claimed was misconstrued. Then there has to be engagement, so like the video and stream, and also be sure to comment to boost Phil's own self-esteem. Phil demands 100 likes and he'll make sure that it is known, so just do as you're goddamn told as Phil sits on his crusty throne. When tips are nowhere to be seen, he'll turn on begging mode where he cries and whines and hints about how all the tips are slowed. He will say he's not complaining while he rants and moans a ton, screaming, "All I want to do is play games and have fun." Every game's behind a paywall, as some tips goals must be met. A run of slow streams puts that game in immediate threat. The fans are trained to satiate Phil's financial desires to fulfill Phil's own expectations of what money that he requires. If you don't trust that pig roach to spend money on a game, you can just send him console credits for Phil to eventually claim, and send him your best artwork to contribute to his streams. If you think Phil's gonna pay you though, you've fallen for his schemes. So tipping in super chats, Patreon memberships, liking and commenting bids, it's a lot to demand of for an audience that's consisting mainly of young kids. When the guilt tripping's high and their fans start to cry and they're throwing equipment at you, it is mainly all due to the guilt caused by you from the begging that you put them through. Then you entice us with a brand new crisis to elicit more contributions. The black shirt is one way you look for Lawrence, you state financial resolutions. So give him your blood and your sweat and your tears while you're leaving yourself in financial arrears for tomorrow's the same as so today's Phil's aim just to keep you donating for years.
My life today is the best I've ever had. And I mean that. Like, every day I feel like is the best day of my life.
Your life is nothing.
I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. I have an emptiness in my life. Oh man, there's something huge missing from my life. I need a large group of friends. All I do is sit around drinking gin all day. Ladies and gentlemen, I play mobile games. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me.
You're still bagging for $10 donations and $20 donations to pay your electric bill, to pay your fucking rent, alright? I get it. I'd hate me too. See you, Phil. Have a good one.
It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tips goal on the stream? And why does he have to mention if it's a slow day for contributions? And why does he have to bring that up? Big ups to your dad. And a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes. And only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. I'm a positive guy. I focus on positivity. I tell you guys every day on my stream, I'm not a person who revels in hurting others to get over. I will put out positive, fun gameplay content for you guys, and I will continue to be successful that way. And if I fail, I fail, but at least at the end of the day, I can say, hey, it was a slow day. It's been a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes. And only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I need to pay bills over the weekend. I appreciate those who contribute in any way. But please, if you can tip me, do that rather than these super chats and membership. I need that way more. Okay. Now it is time. It's a segment that everyone looks forward to. One of the highest rated segments of all time that I've ever done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Phil's day off.
What's up, Piggy? Let's get it started.
Big ups to your dad.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on pools and dumb shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today. Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month. Garbage dump, grocery shopping, pay my taxes, pet store, pay my bills, blowing his money on mobile games, blowing his money on this and that. I'm spending all this money buying DoorDash for my business. I need to put disgusting food in the mouths of my family members. Obviously, I need tips. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. Okay? These are my life priorities. Pay my taxes.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on pools and dumb shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today.
Obviously, I need tips.
Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month.
Shout out to the trolls.
For those who contributed, thank you. It would be great if we get a few more tips. To make up earlier today, we did not hit the hat goal either. It's been a very slow day. It would be great if we could pick it up a little bit with maybe some contributions tonight with tips. If you can. Just saying. You know, I know some people are super chatting or whatever. That helps long term. But right now, I really can help. Tomorrow's my day off. The tips I'll have for my day off, you see?
Give me money today.
Act like that. Those toxic assholes don't give a shit about anyone else but themselves. They're selfish idiots who just want to get a laugh on someone else's behalf and don't care about the repercussions of their own actions. They think they're protected because they're all anonymous on the internet, right? So here I am with an actual business being destroyed by that toxic behavior. Big ups to your dad. Me. That's what this is all about and what it's always been. Me. I care about nothing in life. Me. Human pieces of shit. Kill yourself. Me. I don't care about anyone telling me that I need to improve or change. My nigga, I have your IP, I have your name, and I have your address. I have all your fucking personal information. I will come find you in real life.
I'm gonna find out who the fuck you are. Let this be noticed live on the internet. You're fucked and you are done. I'm coming for you.
Me. That's what this is all about and what it's always been. Me. care about nothing in life. Me! 3 human pieces of shit. Kill yourself. Me! 3, I don't care about anyone telling me that I need to improve or change. Me! 3, that's what this is all about and what it's always been. Me! 3, I care about nothing in life. Me! 3 human pieces of shit. Kill yourself. Me! 3, I don't care about anyone telling me that I need to improve or change. But let me tell you something. When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. And I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person. That's why. I never would have gotten to where I am today if I just sat there constantly being negative, being angry, being upset, being jealous, crapping on stuff, shitting on stuff, hating me. It's such a way, it's not a way to live. But these idiots actually do this and don't know that. I really have to think and I have to hope. These people just don't know better.
Guys, we've had a lean-in ban already. Stop everything, we've had a lean-in ban already. Look at this, you can see it here for yourselves. IP2 always wins. Message deleted. Bill's the only person on there that's a mod, I'm pretty certain. Yep, Bill leaned somebody straight away. Had to be him, so we are already underway on our card. That means we can fucking hide his stroke. When he actually starts, you know, like the video part of it himself, I'll hide chat. But yeah, he has leaned somebody already. Great start to a bingo card. Where is it? There it is here, lean and ban. There we fucking go, straight away. So, very positive start, quite happy with that. Tickety fucking boo. And what did he say? I didn't know what he said. I didn't see what the message was. All I know is he got fucking leaned quick. So, there you fucking go. Right, so next, I'll go back to the players tier, and so what's the next? What's this next?
For now.
That is a business releasing, and I do still have it.
It's WWE Champion time. Go.
It's the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go.
By eBay. Hell! It's been tough. I always think that it's my fault. Drinking gin. Yep, I'm toxic. I love Hulk Hogan's dick. My ass is so fucking stretched. Oh, no you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
For now.
Go.
It's the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go.
By eBay. Hell! Hateful slurs. Lame brain pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs.
Why am I toxic?
I love it.
Hey, Mr. Burnell, you there?
I am present.
Right, I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Tevin's fault.
The topic I want to discuss is depression. Depression is not a joke. It's not something to be joked about with. You are not alone. You are not a horrible person because you have this. It's not your fault. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time.
It's been tough. Over the...
Hold on, is he actually fucking talking to his chat about why banned? Hang on, let's go full screen. So Elden Ring all day said, is ACK a bad thing here? I'm kind of new. DSP's like, apparently it's something my haters say I sound like when I laugh, despite the fact I'd say I sound way more like a goat or something else. But it became a nonsensical meme with him. Just one of a million dumb things, lol. Yeah, I'll admit I do a million things that can be seen as annoying, but saying ack is not one of them. Phil is stubbornly putting his gouty foot down and saying he is not one who acts. He is not an acker. I mean, I think it's up to other people's interpretations of what his laugh sounds like. It does sound something, I mean, especially when he fucking really... It's one of those things where if he gets really, like, going in a laugh, like, he really does fucking send it. And he does sound like he's going ack, ack, ack. Oh, he's still going. Even if you did sound like that, who the hell cares, says Elden Ring all day, and DSP's like, yeah, well, that's a whole other topic about making fun of people in general, but if you're going to make fun of someone, at least be correct in what you're making fun of. Lord knows, as I mean, fucking we certainly know all the ways to make fun of Phil. Let's see his WWE Champions abuse, the fact that Kat fucking doesn't like him, she doesn't want nothing to do with his fucking content, the fact that Life can't even fucking hold a steady job, and she's probably in between jobs again, and she's probably about £500 right now, and she's fucking been force-fed potatoes, so she can't fit through the door anymore or fit in the car. Poor Jasper, poor little cat, you know, doesn't want anything to do with Phil, just fucking wants to zoom around. Got declawed against her ball as well. And this is only fucking in Phil's immediate vicinity in his house. Never mind the fact that the fucking dude's a hermit, goes out once a fucking week to do chores. While Cat stays in the fucking house, sits on a fat ass, plays Skyrim while Phil goes grocery shopping. Picks things up for Cat. Cat not going to go with you, Phil? Nah, Cat's not going to come. It's just me. I'll just go to the shop myself and fucking pick things up myself. Like, we need some quality time together, guys. We really do need some quality time together. I was like, why don't you fucking go to the shop together some quality time? Nah, she's just going to fucking keep her fat ass in the house and play some more Skyrim while I fucking go and pick up cherry juice for my gout. Aye, Phil. We have plenty of fucking ammunition against your ass. Don't worry about that.
Last decade, it has. It's been tough. It's been tough. Over the last decade, it has. It's been tough. It's been tough. Phil's a beggar, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. It's been tough. Phil's a faggot, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser, Phil's a beggar. It's been tough. Phil's a beggar, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. It's been tough. Phil's a faggot, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser, Phil's a beggar.
Super Meat Boy is in the stream chat, whining and complaining, saying that I never talk to anyone unless they tip me or they send me money, which is completely false. All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed and no one cares. And everyone's basically ignoring him because you're like, dude, we just don't care. You know, you come in and the first thing you say is you're depressed. And what are we supposed to say to that? Now he expects that I'm going to derail the whole stream to talk to him live. So let's do it. Super Meat Boy, how you doing? You're really depressed tonight, huh? You're really depressed.
My stream is my place of business.
The company's name is Brunel Productions. It is internet content creation of on-demand and also live video streaming services.
Big up to your dad. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up. Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
You better take a sip.
Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
Get a real fucking job.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up.
They fucked me again, left and right, and my ass is so fucking stretched out at this point. It's time to push back. It's time to push back. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up.
I've never ever used a hateful slur. Ever. And that pisses me off.
I want to watch some faggot. Some
homo. Fiddle's a nigger.
You better take a sip.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree.
Big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big. Little piggy, why you?
Okay guys, Phil is going live now properly, like he's fucking starting his stream fucking properly. Remember guys, if I miss anything on the card, you see something happen in this card and I don't get it, tag me in chat, bully me, harass me, just be absolutely as mean as possible. But if you tag me, I'll see it in chat very clearly because it comes up bright orange in my fucking screen when my name's fucking tagged to chat. So, good luck guys, fingers crossed, hopefully today's the day we get a full house.
Yeah.
All right, what is going on, everyone? Phil here, and welcome to a brand new marble in my mouth. Hold on. Welcome to a whole new day of fun streaming here on DSP Gaming, and welcome to a new edition of the Level 1 podcast. I hope you're all well today. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of August, 2022. My next to last day of consecutive streaming for the week. I hope that you're all doing good and you are ready for some fun action today on the streams. Got some interesting stuff to talk about on the podcast today. First of all, after we talk a little bit more about the schedule for this week, of which I have kind of solidified a little more, and I'll go through with you guys, I'd like to talk about some of the games that we experienced last night on Game Pass, because I actually got some good ideas from last night's Game Pass night stream, but I didn't necessarily narrow it down to one particular game that I feel that I want to play as a playthrough yet. That doesn't mean that that could not happen, very soon or after some discussion. But one of the games that I absolutely want to play, I can't play right now. And I'll talk about that on the podcast today. So that'll be a good discussion and see what comes out of that. And then we've got some interesting game news to talk about today in relation to EVO. That is the national level tournament held here in the United States every year, the big fighting game championships. We've got both, in my opinion, a really interesting positive news story to come out of EVO, and then we've got an interestingly bad news story to come out of EVO. So we got two things to cover this morning. After that, we'll probably just do Q&A and the like. Before we even get to all of that, one thing that I want to remind everyone is that we have hit a new month, okay? And I am looking for ideas of what I should do for a new members goal for the month of August. As you can see, we've already lost members in August. Why? Because I don't have a members goal. And this is typically what happens is if I don't have something set up as something desirable, if we hit a set number of members, people tend to say, well, I'll hold off until there's something more interesting going on, and a lot of them won't renew their memberships. So that's what we're trying to figure out. And yesterday we talked about a lot of different ideas. Some of the ideas I had, one of them was a fighting game marathon where I go through all these different fighting games that I've played over the years. For example, one of them, Street Fighter 4, another Street Fighter 5, then maybe Tekken 7, maybe Mortal Kombat 11, and basically for like an hour a day, try to play those games online and try to remember how to play them and just see how I do. Because people all the time ask me, Phil, why don't you play other fighting games? And I say, it's this simple. In order to hang competitively with fighting games, you need to be investing a lot of time all the time. If you even just don't play a competitive fighting game for 1 to 2 months, you're behind. And people will have strategies and things they figured out, and you won't even know what they are or how to counter them. In which case, you're just playing catch up. You have no chance of victory until you put a significant amount of time and effort into it. That's the problem. You have to basically be along with these games all the time in order to be any good at them. And so when people say, well, on Friday Night Fights, you always do old school Street Fighter or Capcom fighting games, why don't you do Tekken? Because one session doesn't work. I would have to replace old school Street Fighter entirely with Tekken. I would likely have to play it more than once a week in order to even get to a level where I could win a couple matches online. You understand? The people who are still playing those games online are people who've been playing them since day one. And they stuck with it, and they know the top level strategies. They're not messing around. They're going to kick my ass unless I really put effort into it. That's why it's not easy to just jump back in. Okay? But if you guys wanted to see a marathon of me legitimately trying to get wins in games that I know I am not well versed in and I'm going to be so rusty at for a marathon, like a Phil gets beat up day, I'd be okay with that. Okay? Or another idea I had, maybe go and do like a special challenge run in an old Dark Souls game. Like I've never done anything like a level 1 run or a deprived run, maybe something like that. Or maybe do Elden Ring again, but this time around start my New Game Plus run, which I ended my original playthrough with, and maybe get like a good, 7-8 hours into the game to get a head start for when they finally announce the DLC, whenever that may be. Okay? I have a bunch of ideas. Now, some people have had some other ideas as well, but I'm not exactly sure how viable they are. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, someone sent me an interesting email. Hold on, let me find it. It's right here. Here it is.
Was that dead air? It was a while, but it wasn't like. Let's go back. Let's go back and count it. Right. So.
Email.
Wait for it.
Hold on, let me find it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right here.
6 seconds. Is 6 seconds enough for dead air, guys? I'll let the chat decide. That's 6 seconds of just him browsing his phone. Is that enough to consider dead air? Everyone's saying, yeah, dead air, yeah. Okay, it's okay, it's unanimous. It is unanimous, okay. I didn't want to jump the gun. I wanted to... Oh, Kat and I said nah. I'm going to be taking credit. Literally, Patrick as well said nah. It continues after his grunts. Anything over 5 seconds is dead air. He's not adding anything after the 6 seconds though. I mean, but he's still adding something, no gin sip, so it's something. Almost everyone's saying yeah. 6 seconds is a long time to have just dead air. Dark Side is Phil says context matters, he's disconnected and fucking on his phone. The general consensus, the majority of people are saying it's dead air. 6 seconds is quite a while of just nothing, and even then he's fucking just not even engaged at all, and it's just basically his own wee world trying to find this email. He could have just been fucking talking normally while he was on his phone browsing, but he can't do two things at once. He has to fucking focus entirely on finding the email, and that's literally, yeah, dead air. I'm counting it, fuck it. This is a very strong start though, fuck me. But yeah, thank you for your input, guys. I always like to make sure you guys are okay with it from this part. I know a couple of people weren't too sure about it, but 6 seconds of nothing, and then just him kind of randomly making noises. It is dead air, for sure. Yeah, Trey Milton's absolutely right, there's not going to be a lot to talk about in the stream. He will have a whole lot more dead air at the end, especially when he's waiting for Q&A questions.
Here it is. So someone said you can get randomizers for certain games. Someone's been tossing around this idea of randomizing games. Like do a marathon where I pick a game and I play a randomizer all day.
As somebody that's playing GTA 5 with the Chaos mod, I can testify that it certainly changes the entire way you play that game. And it's fun as hell. I actually want to get Hitman on Steam and use the randomised mode. Now, I love Hitman. I love the Hitman games. I've played it in PlayStation 4. I'd love to buy it for PC and make the most of the randomizer mods on there as well, just to really change the whole dynamic of the game as well. So I'm very happy with things like randomizer mods, and it also takes a game you're familiar with and you enjoy, and you just fucking turn it completely on its head by, also it just changes a target randomly, or it fucking gives you a strange loadout and all that shit. It's just those kind of things there, just so you can try and adapt on the fly to a game you're so used to, and just also try and beat it and conquer it. But having said that, the man's Hitman on fucking Steam, like stupid prices, man, like fucking 70 odd quid or some pish, man. I didn't think it'd be so expensive, man. But yeah. But I still love Hitman games also. But GTA 5 as well. As I said, if you've never tried the Chaos mode for GTA 5, would highly recommend it makes playing the game and just trying to do the story mode a kick in the balls, I'll put it that way.
And it can be hilarious to see what a randomizer does to a game. The suggestion they had was Resident Evil Remastered, all right? But here's the thing. Don't you have to do that on PC? Isn't that PC modding, right? I could be wrong. Maybe the randomizers were DLCs or allowed on console at one point, but I'm almost positive that you have to do that on PC, which I can't do. My current setup, can't game on PC, can't capture from PC. You know, I barely am able to do what I do now with consoles. So that's just not viable, okay? Now, I'm certainly not saying that's not something that I'd be interested in the future. I am. That sounds good. That sounds cool. But I just wouldn't be able to do it. So, again, I'm open to your suggestions. You know, I need suggestions. I need feedback on what you guys would want to see as a monthly goal, all right, for memberships. What do you guys think would be a good monthly goal? Now, here's what I'm not going to do. Oring says, what about playing games you never played before? Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, blah, blah, blah. First of all, if you mention every fighting game I've never played, they're all exactly the same. Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, DNF Duel, they all look the same. They all play the same. The only fighting games I don't play are ArcSys, okay? They all are exactly the same franchise. They're just, they're slight tweaks to the engine, a little bit differences here or there. No, I'm not going to sit here and buy 5 ArcSys fighting games just to play all the games that look exactly the same and play them all in one day. That's ludicrous. At most, I'd play one. Buy one ArcSys game I didn't play before and play it. But here's the difference. Okay, here's the difference. If I'm doing a stream of games I've already played, but I haven't played in a long time, at least I have the prerequisite knowledge to jump in at a very low base level and play them. Street Fighter 4 and 5, same button layouts, right? Same basics when it comes to how the games play. And I've played them before, so I have basic knowledge. Okay, in Street Fighter 4, I could probably pick this character who I've used before. Street Fighter 5, I could pick Ryu or whatever. I'll have a little bit of basic knowledge to at least jump in at a base level. Mortal Kombat 11, very different, but I've played Mortal Kombat games. I kind of understand how they work. You see what I'm saying? By picking games that I've already played, I can play them for an hour or so and know what I'm doing and at least have a chance. You're asking me now to do a marathon of games I literally don't even understand the basics. I don't have any knowledge of how they even work. How does the combo system work? How do you do super moves? You're basically asking me to sit 7 hours in a tutorial. It ain't going to work. Okay? So that's just not going to work. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So, I'm all ears for ideas. Please let me know what your ideas are and we'll go from there. All right? But
remember, the ideas has to be games that he's already fucking played, essentially. It can't be a brand new fucking game that's going to confuse his tiny little brain and fry it into fucking mush because he's going to spend 7 hours trying to learn the mechanics of the game and be in the fucking tutorial level for the whole entire fucking marathon. So it has to be a game he's familiar with. It has to be a control layer he's familiar with. It can't be too difficult. It can't be fucking too expensive. It has to be something that's very easy for him to basically do. This is for as little amount of money as possible to try and gain as much money as possible from his dent-headed followers. What a piece of shit. I'm all ears except for most of your ideas. Most of your ideas I'm not doing because I don't fucking want to do it. Other than that, keep the ideas coming. Piece of fucking shit.
But I need ideas. Right now, initially, it hasn't seemed to be like there's any ideas that we're leaning towards that are predominant. Everyone's kind of all over the place with some ideas that they have, but no one's really said, this would be a good new idea. Bing, and it hits it on the head. You know, I hope we could get to that, okay? Excuse me. I agree, Iron Man the Power says, we haven't done a Rageathon in a very long time. That can be an idea. I'd be down for that. I guess the question would be, can you guys come up with interesting games that you feel would cause me rage? Because here's why I say that. Literally every time we did a Rageathon, half the games were not rage-inducing. The games ended up being stupid memes and shit that people just couldn't let go. Like, play Street Fighter 5. Okay, well, I don't like Street Fighter 5. I don't play Street Fighter 5. I'm not going to get any enjoyment out of playing it. At the same time, there's no reason to rage at a game you don't understand. So instead of me raging, it means I end up picking Ryu, going online, getting wins, which is ridiculous because I shouldn't, but I do. With a very basic knowledge of the game, not really understanding combo ability or anything. And then after an hour, everyone's like, wow, that was really boring. Guess how many times Street Fighter V made it into a rage-a-thon? 3. How many times did it cause rage? 0. But people kept voting for it because they're stupid. I'm just being honest. This is what happens whenever we've done a rage-a-thon, okay? So, if people have good ideas and say, hey, man, these are definitely games that cause mass rage, and we know watching Phil play, he'd fail repeatedly and really freak out, I'm all for it. That sounds good to me. But we need to have people to actually nominate good things, not just the same memes and shit. Like some people, oh, let's make Phil play Code Vein. Why? That's not going to cause me rage. It's Dark Souls with anime characters. Oh, but Phil just didn't want to play it over the years, so we know that... See the difference? There's rage versus, oh, let's just do something Phil knows, we know he doesn't want to do. So anyway, it's a difference.
So he wants ideas, but very specific, limited ideas. Here's an idea at the top of my head for what it's worth. Why doesn't Phil try and fucking, I don't know, win a tournament in FIFA? Tell him to get one of the FIFA games and fucking try and win a tournament online. And like Ultimate Team or something. That's a fucking idea. Mind you, the one time Phil played FIFA was a fucking dumpster fire, man. He had no idea about the fucking rules of the game. He didn't realise. He thought it was a glitch to head the ball. He thought the players heading the ball in FIFA was a glitch. He didn't realise that was a feature of the fucking game. So yeah, maybe if I'm trying to get into a fucking just win a tournament in FIFA would be a bad idea. Yeah, Phil legitimately thought it was a glitch for players to head the ball. If you've never seen the This Is How You Don't Play of him playing FIFA, I would recommend it. Although if you're a FIFA person yourself, it will be painful to watch him be so bad at the game. I've not played FIFA in fucking years, and I still can't watch it. I'm long gone past FIFA, and yet seeing him play FIFA still hurts me. It's a fucking experience, I'll tell you that.
The difference between trying to have a good time and being mean-spirited, essentially, is what it is. So anyway, Rage-a-thon, definitely consideration, as long as people can come up with good things for it. Okay, good ideas. So, okay. So right now, as of today, I still don't have any concrete ideas yet for a members goal. I'd love to set one up by, say, next week, but I don't know what it's going to be. We got to think about it together, collectively. Okay? Okay. All right. Let's talk about the schedule for the week. So today, after the Level 1 podcast, we're continuing on with Batman Return to Arkham Asylum. Playthrough I very, very much enjoyed. We're now about 9 hours in, and we are a little more than halfway through the story. Everyone says that the story of Arkham Asylum is anywhere between 12 to 15 hours, and it really depends on if you turbo through and if you have any difficulty with it, or if you're just kind of knowing exactly what to do, right? So, I'm excited for more today. What I really like about this playthrough is the interactivity we're having, the fact that you're talking with me while I play it, and that's allowing me to do more with things like the Riddler riddles and the lore of the game and the lore of the characters, you know, talk about different versions of characters from different Batman universes and stuff. It's actually really neat and fun, and I've had a great time with that. I'm looking forward to more of that today. It's really a great playthrough. Thanks to everyone who's been not only attending these streams, but engaging with them. You know, talking with me, having fun conversation about not only the stuff in the game that I didn't know about, but also the characters and the world building and everything. It's really nice, because my original playthroughs 13 years ago couldn't have been further from that. It was just me blabbing the whole time. And honestly, you know, trying to fill the dead air, you know, I had to be pretty stupid a lot of the time. Now I get to have a lot more fun with the game. I actually have tons more fun playing games now, the way that I do it now, than I did back then. So I'm loving it. I can't wait for more today. Again, I hope we'll do a mix of Riddler stuff with plot. Now, some people have asked me, am I going to be doing 100% of this game, meaning all the Riddler riddles, okay? I feel like if that's the case, okay, if that is the case that we're going to do that, it's going to extend the playthrough another few streams. For example, since we're more than halfway through and it was only 3 streams, we'll probably beat this in another 2 streams, maybe 3 tops, if we just do plot, okay? But if we're going to do Riddler stuff, we may have to actually do an entire 1 to 1.5 streams extra in order to go around and finish up all the Riddler riddles in the game. Again, I'm okay with that if you guys are, if you're not going to find it so tedious if I do a whole stream of Riddler stuff, I'm okay with that. I think we did that. Didn't we do that with Arkham City? I think we went around and got everything, didn't we? Because we fought the Riddler at the end. So again, I'd be okay with doing that in this one if you guys want to. All right, so let's see how you feel as we continue to play. If the attitudes are good, if people continue to show up, engage, support, I'm down for it. If I notice all of a sudden people are complaining it's boring, attendance is lower, support is out of nowhere lower, then we won't do it. Let's see, okay? Later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, more Multiverses action. So far in Multiverses, I can tell you my favorite characters are Finn and Garnet, okay? Now, it's not to say I don't like other characters, but I think Finn and Garnet are really, really good and viable when it comes to my playstyle. I tried Batman last time, and I liked him until I realized he doesn't really have an effective way to knock people off the screen, which is kind of the point of the game, is to knock your opponents off the screen and eliminate them. So I'm not exactly sure what they're going for with that build. It's kind of weird that I can do all these gadgets and gizmos and get their health down to nothing, but then I can't knock them off the damn screen. So anyway, we'll see tonight. Tonight on the late stream, I'm getting a new character. Who? I don't know yet. We're very close to 2,000 coins, and I believe Bugs Bunny is 2,000 coins. I'd be very interested.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage 606 for the super chat. It says, skip half of Fable, milk Batman. Makes sense, dudes. Yeah, precisely. It's fucking surreal, man. But the thing is, let's be honest, man, it's all about contributions, let's be honest, for Phil. As I said this before, for Final Fantasy, right, he had one badge achievement of Final Fantasy, the same attendance, the same sort of chat engagement, everything was the same, aside from one tiny detail, and that was the tips total he had at that particular point on that day stream compared to the previous day. And Phil's claims, you know, without fucking merit, that, oh, it was the chat were so disengaged and fucking everything else, it's fucking ridiculous, man. It's all about tips. Phil, the sooner Phil's just fucking honest and transparent with his fucking fans, the better. Just let his fucking idiot fans know what he wants. They're happy to fucking give him money when he fucking demands it. So if he fucking just straight up honest with him, saying, hey, fucking idiots in chat, whatever, you make sure you give me fucking money now. Well, if you want me to see me fucking play this shit, you fucking pay for it. It's like, I'm threatening this fucking game, and you get your wallets out, you save this game if you like the game. If Phil's like, as honest as that, like he actually wants to be, then fucking I'd probably have a bit more respect for him for at least being as honest and upfront about it. This fucking freeze frame, by the way, Jesus fucking Christ, man, how the hell have I managed to get this? It honestly looks like he's fucking oinking. This generally is a very strange, piggy looking face. How in the fuck did I manage to... Sorry guys, 2 seconds. 2 seconds guys, just let me take a little screenshot here. I need to save this, goddamn. For posterity's sake. God damn. This fucking face, man. Jesus Christ. There we go. Phil's new Twitter avatar. A lot of people are not happy in chat. He's so vile. Correct, he is so fucking vile. Right, I'm sorry, I can't derail myself there. Right, back to the bingo and play.
Interested in buying him if we can get him. However, they may change the characters that are available. What they did that first week when it was the early beta, there was a certain group of characters that were unlocked. Then they locked those characters and unlocked a new group of characters for the last week when it was open beta. I'm almost guessing maybe what they're going to do is rotate around. Maybe every week there'll be a new 5 characters unlocked and the rest you have to buy to unlock, right? So I guess we'll see. But I'm kind of getting that vibe that maybe it'll be different again tonight. I don't know. We'll see. If not, I definitely want to unlock Bugs Bunny. So let's see what happens tonight. Okay? So, I'm excited for Multiverses tonight. I know you guys are too. They've been great streams. I hope to show up and support tonight. If you can, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow, my final consecutive streaming day of the week, we're going to do another major stream of Final Fantasy VII during the daytime. At this point, we're definitely getting into the meat of the plot where it starts to get very confusing and there's a lot of twists and turns, although it's also a really good part of the game for me to experience with you guys as an interactive audience, because this is the kind of the game that, the part of the game, it always threw me for a loop when I was younger. I got confused at this part. I couldn't tell what was really going on. Are the people who are telling the plot lying, or are they telling the truth? And, you know, it's definitely convoluted and very not straightforward, to the point where I've always got upset about it. And that's what I was like, man, I really just don't like this plot compared to other Final Fantasies. But experiencing it with you guys as an interactive audience is a better experience for sure. We're hitting up these pivotal points, so I'm excited to continue that on tomorrow on the main stream.
God fucking damn it, I was muted the entire time, wasn't I? Shit. Ah, fuck man, that's annoying. It's one of those things where I just realised I was muted after fucking blathering so long, and I can't be arsed restating my points because it's like, I was almost finished ranting, and then nobody heard my fucking rant, and now I've got to fucking wind back and get my rant going again. It's like, I can't be fucked. I just had the fucking rant, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to rewind my rant because it won't be as impactful and energetic because I just fucking bled out there for all to hear. And now I fucking finished the rant and I'm the only one that heard it. And I was trying to say though, I was trying to translate what Phil was saying. Like, this guy was a valedictorian. This guy's an apparently intelligent human being, and yet he couldn't fucking figure this game out that children can complete, by the way, back in the day, especially this fucking stage of the game. So he's glad now that he, instead of trying to figure it out by himself, and his fucking 4 little brain cells that are fucking hanging on to dear life because of the rest of the brain cells got killed by alcohol abuse, he's got his fucking audience there now to hold his little hand and guide him through it. The rant was better when it was first done, but as I said, the second time around, the rant was not as impactful. I can't believe I fucking didn't hit the unmute button properly, god damn it. Oh well. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway. We are behind Phil by about 7.5 minutes, so let's try and catch up.
Tomorrow night, we're doing another Game Pass exploration stream on the late stream. Why? Well, again, as I said, last night I did one. And we didn't really get to a determination of, oh, this is the game or games that I should do as a playthrough moving forward. We have an idea or two, which we're about to talk about, but we did not come to a set determination that this is what I'm going to do. So maybe one more night, and the thing is, there's another 5-6 games on there that we kind of pre-selected as something we want to try out. So tomorrow night, we're going to try those out, and we're going to see what comes of that.
Yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Let me just make sure. Did I unmute the fucking thing this time? Yeah, I unmuted the fucking microphone. Hooray, well done me. Thank you very much, Prophet, for a super chat. It says, valedictorian of a special needs school still makes you special needs. That's a very good point, Prophet, exactly, yeah. That's a very valid point indeed. That's a bit of a lethal shot at Phil there, but hey, it's hard to argue. I mean, this is the thing, Phil's always denied things like him being like disabled and all that shit, even though it would not shock me if Phil was disabled. And it's, by the way, that doesn't impact. We don't mock Phil because we think he might be disabled or whatever. We mock him because he's an arsehole. You know, it's like, if I see somebody being an arsehole, I don't care if they're fucking, you know, able-bodied or not. You know, if someone's an arsehole, I'm going to call him an arsehole. Phil's an arsehole, and that's why we call him out. Just to get it out there in case people think I'm fucking trying to just target the fucking vulnerable and all that shit. No. Phil, though, it's funny though, man. I can only assume he's never been diagnosed officially with something, and so he thinks he's, you know, not disabled in any capacity, either physically or mentally. Even though his body's completely breaking down, he's got a gouty foot, you know, he's got noodle arms, he can't even go up to his closet and back to his chair without being out of breath. Never mind fucking going for a walk. And Christ knows what's the fucking mental impact of all that social isolation. He talks to a fucking computer screen for fucking 6, 7, 8 hours a day, essentially. He might fucking talk to his wife maybe 1 hour a day at most. Well, he talks to fucking Jasper more than he does his fucking wife. It's one of those things where Phil has such a very strange, you know, existence, and it's like you've got to wonder, how can anyone live like that? It's utterly bizarre to me. Put it this way, guys, on Saturday I'm probably not doing bingo with you guys. I'll probably not be here. Why? Because I'm going out for drinks with my friends. See, that's something that Phil could never say he can do. Phil has no friends. He doesn't need any friends, according to Phil, because he has a wife, and that's all he needs. That's the sort of kind of mentality that Phil... He's convinced himself that is the best for him. This is his way of coping with having no friends. His way to cope is just to say he doesn't need any. Cannot have. DJ Dino says, I cannot have friends. I'm a troll living in my mum's basement. I am not living in my mum's basement. We didn't even have a basement. We have closets in Scotland. I actually think it's a thing. Basements are a fucking weird thing. It must be an American thing. In the UK, you don't get a fucking lot of basements in houses, I'll tell you that much. You definitely get closet spaces, but basements seem to be a very rare thing in the UK in most households. I get a reference, you know, did you know, I get a reference you're making where I was insulting people that way kind of before, so yeah. Would you call this even living? It's a good question, Shadow Jeff. It's a very good point. Is this even living for Phil? Phil's is said countless times, this is the happiest he's ever been and all that shit. I just personally think he's trying to convince himself, more than anyone else, he's trying to convince himself this is the best it'll get for him. And if this is the best it'll get for him, Jesus Christ, I mean, let's put it this way. If Phil would die today, who the fuck would miss him on this planet? Like, genuinely, who would actually miss him? Cat would miss him. His parents would miss him. That's about it. Jasper doesn't care. But Jasper's a fucking cat. He wouldn't fucking care. There's only fucking 3 people, really, that would genuinely miss him. His parents are 2 of them. His wife is a 3rd. Fucking high. The fucking stockholders in Scopely would miss him. WWE champions would go bankrupt because Phil's fucking not able to fund them anymore. Jesus Christ, man. Jasper would try to eat him if there was no food. The thing is, wet work. Animals would do that anyway to anyone. Like, if you're in a house with a starving animal and like you're dead, and they will eventually start eating you because they need to survive, and fucking you're dead, so you're not going anywhere. He has been lying to everyone else, so why wouldn't he lie to himself? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's just kind of what I think anyway. Anyway, thank you very much, Prophet and Black Mage, for the super chats. Much appreciated. And Chris, sorry, I didn't forget to shout us out. Chris Bound earlier on subscribed to the channel during the music going on earlier on. So thank you very much, Chris Bound, as well for a subscription earlier on. But yeah, as I said, though, Phil, yeah, he can't ever say he's going to be friends because he doesn't have any anymore. It's just the way it is. Poor Phil. Lol.
Then, hopefully, after having played all these games and having all these options, we'll come to a determination of what should hit the playthrough rotation in the next week. Okay? What's up, Kago, man? Elden Ring all day. No, I'm not petting a snake, a rattlesnake. It's ridiculous. Anyway. So there you go. Now, before we get on to other topics and other subjects, because remember, there's other things to talk about. All right? Actually, you know what? Let's quickly talk about those, then we'll go to last night's Game Pass stream. So what else is going on? All right? On Saturday, August 13th, it is the closet cleaning part 2. The entire day we're going to spend cleaning out the rest of my closet, seeing what else is in there. I get the feeling that there's some classic games in there. I get the feeling we may hopefully find the power adapter for my portable hard drives, so we can maybe see what files are on there. There's all kinds of shit left in there for us to go through. So that's going to be on Saturday the 13th, okay? 1 week after that, we are doing the next DSP Reacts event, where I'm going to be reacting to something that you guys are currently voting for on the main channel page of DSP Gaming. So I feel this may be a good time for us to take a look at the channel page and see what you guys have voted on. So in the last 24 hours since I set up this poll, here's the results so far. Okay? 880 votes have been cast so far. Now, it's early. There's still a lot of time for you guys to vote. A new Down the Rabbit Hole documentary from Frederick Knudsen has 11% of the vote. A documentary by June the King, who does documentaries about other internet creators and personalities, currently has 10% of the vote. And me reacting to the original This Is How You Don't Play video based on Metal Gear Solid 2 and my original run in it, so far only has 78% of the vote. Only 78%. I mean, you could do better than that.
The thing is, though, Evil AJ did not give Phil permission to react to this video. Evil AJ, as far as I'm aware, rescinded that permission. I think at first he was okay with it, but then he said, you know what, Phil, fuck you. No, I don't want you to do that. So I think Phil's going to try and actually react to it anyway, even though Evil AJ does not want him to. But it's going to be an interesting situation because technically the video footage in This Is How You Don't Play was made by Phil. I think it's one of those things where I don't think Evil AJ can fucking say, no, you can't react to that. I mean, the video footage that was used for This Is How You Don't Play was made by Phil. I think he's perfectly entitled to react to it. I mean, if he had never made the fucking thing in the first place, there would be no This Is How You Don't Play. It'd be kind of funny seeing Evil AJ go for him. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it would be kind of funny as well for Phil to try and explain. See, I think Evil AJ did approve it first, but then removed the permission, and I think that's what happened. I'm not sure. The thing is, though, DSP is going far out of his way to not even name Evil AJ, though. He's named the video. He's not said once so far the person that made it. That's quite telling.
So, to give you some perspective, 78%, that's roughly like 660 people voted out of the 880. I've never watched back This Is How You Don't Play before in its entirety. I've only seen clips and snippets, and I've certainly never reacted to one of those. So, this is interesting to me that people want to see me finally do it. It's finally kind of come full circle, all right? So, if that's the case, unless we get unless we get another 600 people voting otherwise, it kind of looks like that's what we're going to be reacting to. You know, when that event happens on the 40th. The 20th. I said 40th because someone just did a 40-something super chat. I can't read what currency that is, but it was 40, and I said 40 instead of 20. Willow, I'm glad you spent the day at the zoo yesterday. I really want to go to the zoo with my wife, and we still have not had a chance to even plan it out. It's not looking good. Okay, so, yeah, definitely... on the 20th of August, it looks like that's likely what we're doing unless there's a big flipping in the voting. Remember, if you haven't voted yet, you can on the main channel page of DSP Gaming under the community tab, okay? Cool. So those are coming up, and then at the end of the month, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection is releasing on the 30th of August, so I'm thinking that weekend after, we could possibly do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pizza party event where for all day long I play that game and all the games contained within it in a setting where maybe some I'll play by myself, some I go online and do online co-op. So I do competitively because there's online fighting games there as well. And while I do that, we eat pizza all day. I'll order pizza and we'll have pizza all day, like a pizza party vibe. Okay? Should be pretty cool. So, those are all special events already planned for the coming month. You see why it's harder for me to figure out what should I do for a members goal when I'm already giving you guys multiple special events within the next month, right? Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, Thursday is my day off this week. When I come back for my day off on Friday, it's going to be more Batman, and that's going to be paired with a late night stream of Friday Night Fights, all right? And then over the weekend, it's going to alternate between Final Fantasy and Batman. The night streams are going to be multiverses and whatever new game we determine we want to play based on what we find on Game Pass between last night and tomorrow night, okay? So now I can transition into what did we find on Game Pass last night, okay? Basically on Game Pass, we did a bunch of random stuff. We tried a few games. The first game we tried was called Gang Beasts. Now, people were telling me this game has actually been out for a significantly long time, like 8 freaking years. This Gang Beast game apparently has been out. I never really heard of it. I'd heard the name Gang Beast before, but I never really knew what it was, okay? So, you know what it is? It's basically a game that kind of is like almost like an early version of Fall Guys. You're on different stages. For example, a bunch of crates being supported by a crane up in the air.
I don't think that's a good comparison, to be honest. I don't think that's remotely comparable. Maybe in terms of like maybe the look of the guys a wee bit, maybe. But no, it's fucking Gang Beasts. No, it's not. I'm not going to fill a password. No, they're nothing at all alike. They're not at all alike. That's just fucking lazy. That's a lazy stretch, Phil. Gang Beasts is a very fun game, especially if you're doing it with friends. It's a very good game to play with your friends, for sure. So it's no fucking wonder Phil's never heard of the fucking thing since he's got no fucking friends to play the game with. No wonder Phil gave it a wide fucking berth. Who the fuck's going to play with Jasper? Jasper would probably still kick his fucking arse out of the game.
Air, a lighthouse that has a narrow ledge around it, a subway platform with subway trains flying by, a fire station with a big pit of fire in it. And your goal is to survive while another team's goal is to survive, but you're trying to eliminate each other by throwing each other off the ends, or maybe even accidentally making someone jump to their death. Like, there was some really funny stuff that happened where, you know, someone tried to pick me up, and I got out of their hold and then kind of flipped it on them, and they went flying off. Or I grabbed someone, jump into the water, doused them, and then I was able to release and kind of flip back and get back on the platform so I didn't die. And then there was other times when I was like trying to eliminate a guy, and I slipped and I fell through a hole. It's really funny because the physics are very odd. Everyone's kind of like a weird, almost like they're full of water. Like everyone's a living water balloon flopping all over the place. It was fun and silly, but man, it seemed chaotic, and it seemed like maybe there is an actual competitiveness to it.
Guys, I need your opinion on what Phil just said there.
A weird, almost like they're full of water. Like everyone's a living water balloon.
He said living. A living water balloon. Would people think that's the same as life, or no? It's the same kind of family in terms of like the wording, but is that a tick? Nah, it seemed like a bit of a stretch. It did seem like a bit of a stretch. Getting a few no's and getting majority of no's. Live equals life. The context doesn't matter though. Nah, I think so. I thought life meant everyday living. See, that's pretty much what it should be, can I? Yeah. Nah, I'm just clutching straws here. No, we're not going to take it. We're not taking it.
Flopping all over the place. It was fun and silly, but man, it seemed chaotic, and it seemed like maybe there is an actual competitiveness to it if you play it a lot and you learn all the physics and controls. For a silly party game as a one-off thing, it was very funny and entertaining for like 20 minutes, but even then I got bored. I was like, I think I've seen enough of this. I'm ready to move on. Other people were going nuts. Oh, keep playing it. I was like, I mean, do you really want to keep seeing this? I mean, you know what it is now. You've seen the premise of it, right? So I can definitely see something like if you're playing with a party of buds or friends, and you're trying to eliminate each other and having a good time like that. I don't know if that's anything I would want to do long term. Maybe if we had like a few minutes of a random stream to fill, you jump into something like that. I don't know if I would want to do 2 hours of that. I'd probably get pretty bored of it. Okay. Then we tried a game that everyone online has been talking about. A game that I was like, man, I absolutely need to give it a shot since so many people have been talking about this game. Let's see what it is. Power Washing Simulator. Okay. Power Washing Simulator is a game that simulates you power washing various things. A car, a backyard, you know, various vehicles and locations. Basically, those areas are dirty, covered in filth, and you use various attachments to your hose, all right, and strengths and techniques to clean the dirt off of the items. Now, apparently there are some bonuses and challenges and optional objectives that you can do. It's got, some of the stages are kind of like puzzles rather than just straight up cleaning. But for the most part, it's you with a power washer spraying things. Now, let's talk a little bit about this. How could that be seen as entertaining? All right. It's a good question. I think a lot of people are posing that. How is this entertaining, and how are so many people on the internet talking about it? How is it so popular? Because apparently the game is incredibly popular. It's one of the top games right now under Game Pass. And even on Steam, it's like one of the top ranked games. So how? If that's all it is? Well, I think the reason that it really shines and resonates with certain people, there's twofold. Okay? Number one, some people, when they game, they literally just want to relax. Like, that's the actual purpose behind their gaming sessions, all right? It's not, oh, I want to have an ultimate challenge, and I want to feel like when I finally beat that insanely tough boss that takes 100 chances to beat, I finally beat them, and now my E-dick grows 10 sizes because I defeated it, and I feel ultra try-hard strong because I persevered. Not everyone looks for that. I know that may sound crazy to some people because I know for a fact there's people out there, that's all they look for in games. If it ain't ultra challenging, if it ain't some giant hurdle to overcome and then feel accomplished when you do, they don't get it, okay? Me, I do see both sides. Like, I definitely have played the ultra hard games, and I understand the feeling of accomplishment you get. I played the online competitive games. I get it. When you win, it feels good. At the same time, there's definitely games that are meant to be more laid-back, chill experiences. Take a look at some of the RPGs I played over the last several years that have been late-night chill streams. Take a look at the Minecraft streams I used to do, right? Nothing ultra-challenging, nothing ultra-crazy, but still fun as hell to just relax and talk with you guys while you do something. I think that's the point that some people get out of Power Washing Simulator. All I want to do is come home and relax tonight. So I want to get a feeling of accomplishment out of just accomplishing something that's not overly challenging, but is simple to do and easy. Maybe I sit back and I have a drink, or I just chill with everyone in my house. We talk while I do this, right? Or the other use that I can say for a game like that would definitely be if you're an online streamer like me and you want to have a session, maybe 1 or 2 sessions a week, the whole point is just to relax with your audience. Now, maybe you're not comfortable just sitting in front of a camera like I'm doing right now. And a lot of people are not. A lot of people are totally okay with playing a game and then talking to an audience while they play the game, because then the game is kind of the focus that takes it directly off of them. A lot of people are self-conscious. A lot of people have those kind of gripes. You see, they have those issues. And to them, I would rather be playing a game like Power Wash Simulator while I have an interactive stream with my audience than just be sitting here talking to my audience. Me, I don't care. I'll do either. You guys want me to do a chill game with when talk, we'll do it. Or we could just talk. I'm down with it for either. You know what I mean? But I think there's definitely a group of content creators out there that are getting that kind of value out of the game. And therefore, that's why the game is getting so prominent. I would even go as far to say I bet there's a bunch of bigger content creators that probably played the game, that gave it more attention, and that's why it's getting the attention that it's getting, okay? So I don't want to slam the game and be like, wow, it's a complete overrated piece of garbage. It's not. For what I did for the 15 minutes I played or whatever, and I cleaned off this van that was very filthy. It was responsive. It did exactly what it intended to do. It was cool that when you clean it off a certain portion of the truck, it was like, ding, objective completed. You get paid for it. So it feels like you're just like in a video game. Oh, I completed a part of my objective. Give me a reward. That felt pretty neat, admittedly. I think as you get further into the game and there's more tricky ways to clean things and maybe there's puzzles involved, find a hidden thing in the yard that's dirty or whatever, I definitely see it having some value in a playthrough, all right? For me, initially, I don't think it's going to have much value, again, unless you guys absolutely are demanding that I do a chill stream a week. Like, that could be the chill stream game. I just relax. I talk with you guys for 2 hours while I clean a bunch of stuff. That then has purpose, I feel. But am I going to adopt this as an ongoing playthrough and something that's important? Absolutely not, because I don't think that's really what it was designed to do to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So, in that case, no, I don't think I'm picking up Power Washing Simulator right away, unless there's demand for a lot of chill content, okay? The third game that we tried was called Echo Generation. I had no idea what it was, but it looked unique because it's basically a pixel game, but it's 3D with a lot of unique lighting. I was like, oh, a game that looks like 8-bit pixels, but it's a 3D render.
Oh, it said unique. We have another bingo. Fucking hooray. Get in there. There we go. Top left to bottom right diagonal.
Perspective, and I wonder what it plays and looks like. Come to find out, it's Super Mario RPG. It plays exactly like Super Mario RPG, only there's open world exploration. So I would actually combine it and say, I think it's kind of the combination of South Park, The Stick of Truth, and Super Mario RPG.
Wetwork had no idea I actually said content 3 times. Saying that definitely counts. And I do encourage my chat to let me know when he says something in case I miss it so I can tick it off. So because you've let me know, I can tick it off now. Thank you very much. Which is another bingo. Well, would you look at that? So yeah, Wetwork was letting me know that Phil has said content several times and I've missed it. So, there you go. I'm going to rewind it just a wee bit, but that's another bingo. Thank you very much, guys. Remember, keep me right, tag me in chat if I miss anything. Because sometimes I do miss things I do try and catch everything, but sometimes I miss things. But it's a live stream, you guys can help it as well, and we're all trying to get a full 25 out of 25 here, so I can give something back to you guys.
That's definitely kind of what it felt like to me. The soundtrack was also pretty neat, and it runs at smooth 60 frames per second on the Xbox Series X. So I played it for like 10 minutes, and I was like, wow, I actually really like this game. This is one that I actually want to play. In fact, I will tell you right now, 100%, I'm playing Echo Generation. I want to play it. I love that kind of style of game, and to play a newer game that has that style, that is exactly right up my alley of what I enjoy in gaming. So I'm definitely 100% playing Echo Generation. Just not right now. Why not right now? I'm already playing Final Fantasy VII. It's already a retro-style turn-based RPG. It would definitely not make sense for me to do a second turn-based RPG when I'm already playing a very lengthy one that I'm 30 hours into. It's going to take a lot longer to beat. You see what I'm saying? Like, we've got to focus on what I'm doing. I can't be playing multiple of the same genre of game at the same time. I'm a variety streamer. It's not going to work. What I will tell you is this. If and when we finish Final Fantasy VII, if there's time to play Echo Generation before we start jumping into all the insanely huge new releases of the fall, I would absolutely like to do that. People are telling me it's actually not a very long game. It's only maybe 10 to 12 hours long. So there you have it. I would definitely be interested in playing it then. So it's not even a matter of maybe. It's a yes, definitely. It's just a matter of when does it make sense, okay? So Echo Generation is happening. I just don't know when. The last game that we played, okay? The last game that we played was Toy Story 3. This is a game that you guys have actually asked me to play for years. It was made available as part of Games with Gold, the Xbox Live ongoing membership, a very long time ago, actually. I think it was like 2 years ago. And I actually got it then when you guys told me about it. But I never played it. Now, incidentally, this game has been upgraded and perfected for the Xbox Series X. It runs at full 1080p graphics with better lighting. However, it's still 30 frames per second. So it's a little jarring because the game looks great, but then you realize the frame rate's not so good. All we did was play the first stage, and immediately I was like, wow, the game is great. The game is fun. I can totally understand why people really like this game. They put a lot of effort into this game for being just a movie tie-in game. However, the game actually has a licensed soundtrack from the movie, and the whole video got claimed because of it. The moment Randy Newman opened his goddamn mouth and said, "You got a friend," claimed. So even when I play Toy Story 3, which I'd be, fine with, essentially I'm hoping people will support the playthrough. What I mean is, just like with Toy Story 2, I hope people will show up and in various ways contribute, because I'm not going to make anything on the videos at all, because every video is going to get claimed on YouTube because of Randy Newman music. Okay? So, out of all the games we played last night, Gang Beasts is probably a never. I don't think so. Or rarely ever. Power Washer Simulator, or Power Washing Simulator, whatever it's called. Only if you guys absolutely demanded, like, a big chill stream. Maybe, but it's not too particularly entertaining to me. Okay? Echo Generation is an absolute positive yes, just not right now. And Toy Story 3 is a maybe. I'm very strongly considering it, but I'm not set yet. So, you can see why last night's Game Pass stream didn't really determine a new game yet, okay? That's why I want to do another Game Pass stream tomorrow night. And by doing one tomorrow night, there's a bunch more games. I think there's at least 4 or 5 more games that we had selected that I want to try out and see what the heck they are. And maybe then we can determine out of those there's one I want to do. If not, then it's probably going to be Toy Story 3, okay? Okay. Elden Ring all day. If you haven't figured out yet that what you're saying is absolutely stupidly ludicrous, okay? I mean, people have outright told you in the chat what you're saying is stupidly ludicrous and you should stop, but you're still saying it. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, all right? There's a reason I'm not responding to you. If you say it again, I'm going to time you out. It's being stupid. Okay. All right, so that is what happened with Game Pass last night, all right? What I'd like to do now is do a brief segment about game news regarding EVO, all right? And then we still got time. There's not much else to talk about today, so we're going to open it up to Q&A. Okay, if you give me 1 minute. What's up, Ross Prey? How you doing? Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back, and then we will talk about EVO news.
Okay, this is definitely dead air. This is confirmed, absolute concrete dead. This is the deadest of airs. This air is not coming back to life anytime soon.
I had an annoying catch in my nail here. It was bothering me, and I hate when I get a catch in my nail. It just bothers me all day. I'll just be sitting here fucking with it if I don't touch it. I fixed it. Okay, EVO news. What is EVO? EVO is the big fighting game championship tournament series that's been running ever since the early 2000s. I was at the first EVO, okay? For the longest time, EVO has been held in the summertime, usually around August, sometimes July, but usually August. Usually it's held somewhere in Las Vegas, Nevada. Usually they rent out a giant ballroom at one of these big casinos, and it's become increasingly exponentially larger in the last 10 or so years since the release of Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 reinvigorated the fighting game community, and this tournament went from a smaller grassroots event to a ginormously popular event. Now everything's live streamed. It's big business, big fun, and big competition, okay? However, a couple things happened in the last couple of years. First of all, COVID happened. And when COVID happened, sadly, EVO shut down for several years because COVID protocols, it just wasn't safe to have mass groupings of people anymore. Now, last year, most people who have a brain in their head got vaccinated, and even people who get COVID now really aren't dying in droves anymore. So now the world is kind of reopened up again to having these mass events. So EVO is happening again this year. But something else very interesting happened. Last year, the CEO, not the owner, not the person who actually has any real ownership interest in the company, but the person who was hired as the CEO of EVO. It's a joke. It's bullshit. This guy, his name is Mr. Wizard, Joey Queller. He's been part of the competitive fighting game community since the 1990s because he was buddy-buddy with the people who run everything. He is not a competitive fighting game player. He never was. He literally rides the coattails of everyone else in the community, always did, but the only reason that he stayed in the community is because people kept giving him opportunities to do shit, like run tournaments and run businesses, because he's a butt kisser, okay? That's the truth about Mr. Wizard, all right? Not that he was good at fighting games and people liked the guy, he's a likable guy. In truth, outside of a circle of friends he's in, no one actually really liked him anyway, all right? Everyone was like, oh, God, I gotta go to a tournament, Mr. Wizard's running it. Fuck, well, I guess let's put up with it because he's always part of this shit when it comes to EVO or West Coast tournaments. That's the truth. No one really liked the guy outside of his circle of friends. Everyone thought that the guy was kind of annoying and obnoxious, all right? Now, the there was always rumors about the guy. No one, you never want to really publicly talk about it, but there's always behind the doors, closed talks about that the guy has done really shady things, messed up things, but you tend to not want to believe it without any evidence, and until last year, there was no evidence of anything. Last year, it was blown up on the internet that Mr. Wizard was a pedophile. That basically back in the day, before Evo, when they all used to hang out, him and his friends, the Cannon brothers and other top players from the West Coast, used to hang out at this arcade at Sunnyvale Golfland in California, that basically he used to make ridiculous propositions to underage kids at the arcade to show him their junk in the bathroom stall, okay? And there's documented evidence that it's now happened. Someone came out and reported it to the guy on the internet, and he basically said publicly, without specifically saying, I admit it, he said, I've done many messed up things in my past that I regret, and I've done active changes to my life to try to make up for it, but as a result of him basically coming out that all this happened, he was fired, essentially, from EVO, okay? Now, EVO already wasn't going to happen as an in-person tournament last year, but in light of the Mr. Wizard allegations...
Hang on. We're getting a lot of kind of cross wires here. I've not abandoned you, I'm trying to keep track. People are saying he said life, and people are saying he said drama. Has he said both, or has he said one, or has he said both? I mean, what, but... Has he actually said the word drama? I was actually paying attention to him saying drama. So if he said life, I missed that. The segment is drama, Dark Side of Phil, yeah, but he has to say drama. I'm surprised he's not said it, but he's definitely said life. People are saying he definitely said life. So in that case, well, let me take that, and let me sound the horns. Hold on. D-Dog is saying that he didn't say any of those two words. So many people are saying he said life, but D-Dog's now saying that he didn't say anything like that. He just said life. I'll tell you what, let's rewind. Whoops. Didn't press the wrong thing. But nah, so many people are convinced that he said life, D-Dog. I think you're wrong for him not saying life. I think he has to have said life because so many people called out at the same time. But I don't think he said drama yet. I think I'm going to trust the chat here. So many people are calling out that he said life. Although to be fair, I've always seen like one person or say he might have mentioned he's talking about drama, but he hasn't said the word drama. By the way, Cobain, did you catch Phil saying that you don't have intelligence because you're not vaccinated? I seen Phil say that, and I thought, I wonder if Cobain's going to blow up at Phil for that dig at him being unvaccinated. It wasn't a direct attack at your course, Cobain, from Phil, but he's just having a go at unvaccinated people in general. He wasn't. Let me rewind for you then, Cobain. Two things. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything, guys. Sorry I'm going back there, but I want a full house. I want to make sure we don't miss anything. If I did actually say, we'll confirm for sure as well if he said drama or not. But also, we get to see Cobain get angry at Phil for being mean about him.
Oh. It's a joke. It's bullshit. This guy, his name is Mr. Wizard, Joey Queller. He's been part of the competitive fighting game community since the 1990s because he was buddy-buddy with the people who run everything. He is not a competitive fighting game player. He never was.
Canonize, if it's got the asterisks around it as an action, well, it has to happen that way. If it hasn't got any asterisks around it, if it's just a word on its own, he has to say it. So, for example, he could say gifted membership. You could be talking about gifted memberships and that would count. Gifted memberships would count because it's pretty much the same as gifted memberships. Dead Air is also an action where he doesn't say anything for a while. The voice crack, you hear his voice cracking, yeah. The throat clearing, a lot of these are kind of self-explanatory, but it's, the things with an asterisk around it is kind of action things, and they can apply to several things. Like defense mode for Phil was him talking about why I can't play some fighting games because he's not experienced enough in them and he'll just get his arse kicked. So he has to say the word life, just like he has to say the word unique. He has to say the word honest. He has to say the word wow, content, positive, all right, wrong, new games. He said all these things on this card, which is why they were ticked. But other things as well, obviously. He didn't say the word drama then. Okay, cool. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people could seen him starting drama, talking about drama, so people think he should get ticked. It happens quite a bit sometimes where people think that because he's talking about drama, it should be ticked. But he has to say the word drama. I'm amazed he's not fucking mentioned it yet.
He literally rides the coattails of everyone else in the community, always did.
But by the way, guys, thank you very much for keeping me right for the cards. As I said, I sometimes miss things. I don't try and miss things. It just fucking goes on my head sometimes. We're doing quite well. We're 4 away from a full house. And hopefully I won't miss anything else. But this is what I'm saying. Like, thank you very much for keeping me right. I do appreciate it.
But the only reason that he stayed in the community is because people kept giving him opportunities to do shit, like run tournaments and run businesses, because he's a butt kisser. Okay? That's the truth about Mr. Wizard, all right? Not that he was good at fighting games and people like the guy, he's a likable guy. In truth, outside of a circle of friends he's in, no one actually really liked him anyway, all right? Everyone was like, oh God, I gotta go to a tournament, Mr. Wizard's running it. Fuck, well, I guess let's put up with it because he's always part of this shit when it comes to EVO or West Coast tournaments. That's the truth. No one really liked the guy outside of his circle of friends. Everyone thought that the guy was kind of annoying and obnoxious, all right? Now, there was always rumors about the guy. No one, you never want to really publicly talk about it, but there's always behind the doors, closed talks about that the guy has done really shady things, messed up things, but you tend to not want to believe it without any evidence, and until last year, there was no evidence of anything. Last year, it was blown up on the internet that Mr. Wizard was a pedophile. That basically back in the day, before EVO, when they all used to hang out, him and his friends, the Cannon brothers and other top players from the West Coast, used to hang out at this arcade at Sunnyvale Golfland in California, that basically he used to make ridiculous propositions to underage kids at the arcade to show him their junk in the bathroom stall, okay? And there's documented evidence that it's now happened. Someone came out and reported it to the guy on the internet, and he basically said publicly, without specifically saying, I admit it, he said, I've done many messed up things in my past that I regret, and I've done active changes to my life to try to make up for it, but as a result of him basically coming out that all this happened, he was fired, essentially, from EVO, okay? Now, EVO already wasn't going to happen as an in-person tournament last year, but in light of the Mr. Wizard allegations, even the online version of EVO that was being planned for last year was canceled. In fact, it was such a giant scandal and so scathing because Mr. Wizard had been in charge of EVO. He had been the face of EVO for over a decade. Like I said, the Cannon brothers, who technically own EVO, put this guy in charge of it in the limelight, the face of EVO. Come to find out, he's a complete disgusting scumbag. I mean, no one in the community liked him before then, and we all said over the years we didn't want this guy in charge of anything because he wasn't a competitive player. We didn't understand why he always got favoritistic treatment and was always put in charge of anything. But regardless of our feelings, right, that are based on fucking logic, the guy was always in charge of EVO. So, what ended up happening was they canceled EVO again, and it was so bad, the Cannon brothers realized it's just not going to work anymore. They sold it. They sold EVO to Sony.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Prophet, for a super chat. It says, remind us, Phil, how old was Liana when you first started talking on Twitter? That's a very controversial subject. Also, I'm not entirely sure if it was Twitter that they first started talking. I have a feeling that Phil and Liana first started talking on YouTube. Anyone old enough might remember you could fucking private message people on YouTube back in that time. I have a feeling that it wasn't Twitter that the DMs were snuck into back then. I have a feeling that Phil and Liana were talking to each other directly on YouTube itself in their own wee private message area, which used to exist on YouTube back in the day. That was a pretty good wee feature. I mean, to be fair, it could have been Twitter. It could have been Twitter, but I don't think I've seen evidence that they were talking on Twitter, at least not before they hooked up. I know Cat. There was evidence of fucking Phil Cat talking on Twitter. But fucking 2000 and what? You're talking about 2000 and... Liana was like 18 by like 5 months or something. She was probably legal when Phil introduced her. And there's always been question marks as to when that relationship first started. When was the first communication? I think Liana initiated the conversation because she was a fan of Phil. She liked Phil, and she obviously was a fan and went after Phil. And also the big question mark is, how old was Liana when Phil started talking to her? Did he groom her? I personally am willing to believe Phil did groom her and start talking to her when she was underage. And then when she's old enough to be legal, essentially, officially, he just unveils her publicly on Valentine's Day. And then, as soon as he can, he just fucking takes her across the country so she's away from her family. I can't know, yeah. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where, do I think that Phil did anything with Leanna when she was underage in terms of like physically? No, I don't think so. I think Phil's too much of a pussy to like even go down that route. I think Phil would not have risked getting in trouble, being asked to take a seat, put it that way. But I do think there was an element of grooming involved there. She was young as hell. She was barely legal when she got unveiled by Phil randomly in that fucking ridiculous condo of his back in Connecticut. But it's one of those interesting questions, like how old was Leanna when she first started talking to Phil? I'm definitely willing to believe that she was 17. I think most people would believe that. Phil couldn't even touch her when she was of age. That's a good point. Good point, Boo. Remember, she dropped out of school and she's very, very naive. Yeah, she did not. She was very critical of the education system. She's like, she thought college was a waste of time and all that shit and further education. She just thought it was a complete waste of time. I felt though that the old Leanna, the very young Leanna, was dumb as hell. But it looks like she's, evolved since then and kind of grew up. And getting away from Phil was the best thing that could have happened to her, let's be honest. D-Dog shares a fun fact. Tony Randall from The Odd Couple married his goddaughter. He was 80 and she was 18. Jesus Christ. Back to Bingo. On that fun fact, back to Bingo.
So now Sony owns Evo, okay? And this is the first year that Evo is now being run not directly by the Cannon brothers and Mr. Wizard, but by Sony the corporation. Okay? So, with that being said, people wondered how different would Evo be this year.
And of course, we've got another bingo. That being said, that's a double bingo right there. We're going to play the horns twice. So, quick recap. He needs to say gifted memberships. He needs to say drama. And he needs to fucking just make any sort of reference to like shit. That happens, we have a full house.
This year from previous Evo. Now, supposedly, the Cannon brothers have been hired by Sony as consultants to help run the event, despite the fact they don't own it anymore. Does that mean technically they will still have control over it like they always did? Or does it mean that it'll be very different and they're just going to give their input? I don't know. And it's not really clear to anyone right now what's actually going to happen with Evo, okay?
Do you want me to go 1.5 speed?
But the reason I'm bringing this up is because we got two big news stories about Evo that just happened in the last 24 hours that are quite telling and interesting about how this event is going to change as a direct result of Sony owning them. Change number one is very positive. They've announced that at Evo, there is going to be a special event that might even, I think the way they described it is it's going to kind of be its own live stream. You're going to have the Evo live stream where you watch the competitive play. But then you're going to have a separate live stream that's going to cover industry news and events. They're actually calling it like the Evo room or something. Like it's supposed to be like a room where, a stream where they're going to interview the game developers who are working on future fighting games. There's supposed to be updates on Street Fighter 6, on the next Tekken, and other fighting games as well. And they're going to have exclusive footage of the games shown, interviews, hands-on coverage of those games. So think of it this way. It's basically going to be an online digital event and almost E3 of sorts for fighting games taking place at the biggest fighting game event of the year in person and streamed over the internet, right? So basically, it's kind of like if you're a fighting game aficionado, if you've been dying for new news about fighting games, you're going to be very invested and interested in this, okay? I have to ask, why did this not happen before, right? Like, Evo always was the biggest fighting game event of the year, right? So why on earth didn't they already have this going for years on end, especially during the heyday of fighting games, like Street Fighter 4? They should have always had this going on, in my opinion. I think it's a great idea. If you were looking for a place to get centralized information about fighting games once a year, Evo should be the place for it. So do it. Have a separate stream. Have footage of these games running all day long, 24/7. There's going to be a lot of people who don't give two shits about the status of what's going on at the tournament. They want to learn about the new games. They can now check that out. It's two separate audiences. Yes, of course, there's crossover, but I'm totally down with that. I am, okay? So there you go. I'm excited for that. That's good news in my opinion. I would guarantee you this is directly the influence of Sony, because this event is now a corporate Sony event, not a grassroots tournament event run by the Cannon brothers. These companies are feeling more safe in presenting their products in a manner like this. Now, does it mean that they're going to have any kind of exclusive partnership with Sony? I don't know. This is a Sony-run event. But one thing that it has happened, which is kind of weird, NetherRealm, okay, the makers of Mortal Kombat. In fact, Ed Boon himself, the head of NetherRealm, came out and stated, FYI, we will not be at EVO to present anything from us, okay? Which is weird because it was misreported for a whole day that they would be. Even IGN, in their front page article, said, Mortal Kombat, a new Street Fighter, new Tekken will all be presented at EVO. And then Ed Boon responded, he's like, we're not going to be there. I don't know why people are saying this. We haven't agreed to anything and we're not going to be at EVO. So it's a little weird and confusing. But I guess the reason that a lot of people are saying is because NetherRealm's owned by WB Games, and WB Games would rather do their own thing in regards to presenting content from NetherRealm rather than be at a Sony-sponsored event. I don't really understand that. Does WB have an issue with Sony? I don't think so. I mean, the games are on PlayStation, so I don't really understand that, but it could be a corporate agreement. Who knows, right? But I guess NetherRealm stuff will not be there, which kind of sucks, admittedly. We don't know what the next NetherRealm game is. We've been told it's not Injustice 3, and it's not Mortal Kombat 12. So what the hell is it? I want to know. I'm excited to hear what NetherRealm's coming up with. I love NetherRealm fighting games. But sadly, there's not going to be much there, all right? There are strong illusions and rumors that Multiversus will have a big announcement and that it will be relating Mortal Kombat characters. I guess we'll see. All right, but for now, sadly, it looks like no NetherRealm there, okay? But anyway, I like the idea. Have a separate stream away from the competitive nature of EVO that's going to showcase new fighting games, updates to existing fighting games, developers talking about these upcoming things on fighting games. Have it be all about that, like an E3 for fighting games. Totally done with that. They should have done that years ago, in my opinion. I don't know why they didn't. Now we'll have a centralized place to learn about fighters every year, and if it's at EVO, I'm cool with that. So for me, that's a thumbs up. That's a huge win. So now it's time to get negative, because ladies and gentlemen, the other major problem when you get a major corporation involved with something like EVO is that you're going to have changes that make absolutely positively no sense, and in a lot of cases are going to be detrimental to the entire community. This, ladies and gentlemen, was posted up yesterday, all right? The official way that if you're a fan of fighting games and you're a streamer, that you can co-stream EVO. There's a big sign-up page for it, okay? You have to sign up, give all your information of who you are, your YouTube channels, your Twitch channel, whatever you have, and you have to qualify. They're going to qualify you to be able to restream EVO. Now, first of all, what does that mean, co-stream, restream? Essentially, it means you're allowed to rebroadcast their stream on your stream for personal gain. Okay, they're allowing you to do that, much like how people do it with E3. People just did it with Summer Games Fest. I did it with Summer Games Fest, right? This gives you the permission to do it. Essentially, if you don't sign up for permission to restream EVO, at any time, EVO can strike you down. Whether you're restreaming on Twitch or YouTube, they can say, you didn't get permission to do it, so we can hit you with a copyright takedown. Now, traditionally, has this really ever happened? To my knowledge, I don't think it's been a big deal. Maybe I'm wrong. But the fact that now that they're with Sony, now you have to sign up. They're demanding, essentially, that you sign up to co-stream is a big change. You didn't have to really do that previously. Now you have to. All right.
Something very quick one, chat. Warren thinks that Phil saying I don't give two shits about something is scat talk. I think that's very lightweight, to be honest. You know, I don't think that is technically scat talk. Because when I think of Phil and scat talk, I just think I'm literally talking about shit in a shit kind of way, where I actually fucking, he kind of does that weird childish kind of immature, like, oh, stinky doody shit, you know, and just making fart noises and all that shit. When I think of scat talk from Phil, that's kind of what I think of. Him saying I don't give a shit, I don't think counts as proper scat talk personally, but I'm going to put it to the chat.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
First of all, thank you very much to Relax Mr. Baker for subscribing, and second of all, this is why I get chat to help me decide things. If chat cannot agree it should be ticked, then we're not ticking it, and most people are saying no, that's not tick worthy. This is what I'm saying, is I feel like this is quite a good community in that regard, where it's like we can agree together. Oh, fuck off, sex bot, fuck you, how do you fucking just hide that user? Okay, fuck off, sex bot. How the fuck are these fuckers all turning up? I cannot get rid of them, I cannot stop them from turning up. It's because I cannot ban them from talking in chat because they use emojis, and you cannot block. I can block emoji spam, I guess. I think that's as much as I can do. I don't even think that would stop them. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, guys, thank you very much for helping me decide. Most of the chat says, nah, that's not scat talk. So we're 3 away from a full house. Fingers crossed.
Right? But there's two big things that have jumped out that everyone is kind of questioning. What's the deal with that? Thing number one, you can apparently only officially co-stream EVO on Twitch TV. Money, you are not allowed to co-stream.
Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Prophet, for a super chat. He says, hey, those sex bots need money too. That's a very fair point. I am denying a sex bot their much needed money to feed their sex bot family. Our little sex bot Timmy won't eat tonight because I fucking hid that user as soon as I could. So now not enough people have visited the website that are trying to promote. Poor little sex bot Timmy will not get to have any fucking, oil tonight. Fucking who? Yeah. Fucking boohoo for the fucking sex bots. I don't give a shit. Thank you very much for the super chat, Prophet. Appreciate it. But yeah, fuck the sex bots. Not literally. You probably catch something.
Evo on any other platform whatsoever. Not even YouTube. Why? No explanation. Just you can only do it on Twitch TV. If you do it anywhere else, there's a chance they're going to copyright strike you down. Now, the only thing I can think of is that they cut a deal with Twitch. They made money,
Analyze. I feel it's perfectly simple. If it's got nothing around it, you have to fucking say it. The word unique, top left, has nothing around it. Has to say it. If he says it, tick it. Same for life, same for honest, same for wow, same for content, same for positive, same for alright, same for drama, same for gifted membership, same for wrong, same for fucking people saying, same for that being said, same for new games. If it's not got any symbol around it, if it's just a word on its own, that's what he has to say. And it's literally between that. There's only two things to look out for, essentially. It's like either it has an asterisk around it, which is like some kind of action thing, so some generalisation. Like weird noise could be anything general or throat clearing, so it's quite self-explanatory. Lean and ban is also quite self-explanatory. In defence mode, as I've explained, however, just him trying to defend why he's not going to do something, however, trying to justify his weird fucking semantics for not doing something he could easily do. But if it's not got any symbol around it, then he has to say it. I feel I can add a wee note potentially if it, and it does seem to confuse people. It's like what is and what is not, what counts as it and what doesn't. But yeah, I mean, if it's just a word on its own, he has to say it. What I could do is, I was going to say I could remove the action stuff, but that would really severely curtail the game, in my opinion. I don't know. But yeah, we'll try and get something out. I'm always up for trying to fine tune the bingo and make it as simple as possible. I don't want to confuse people. Drama, a word, and drama in general confuse people. I understand that, can I? Yeah. Like, how about well, at the end of bingo, right? We'll go over the list and we'll see if we need to change drama to be an action thing. For now, for this game, because we started with it, he has to say it. We could change it afterwards, so if he talks about anything drama related, then it counts. So we could change it from after this game, from a word you have to say, just to him talking about it in general. If that's what people would want, I don't mind doing that.
Exclusively, Evo will be streamed on Twitch. We're going to make it that legally no one else can stream it anywhere else. Therefore, big money involved. That's my guess. Sony got involved and said, let's get that money going, right? So that's number one issue. If you're not on Twitch, apparently you can't rebroadcast Evo at all. But here's the big one. Hidden in this giant page of terms and conditions and all of this shit that you have to agree to in order to officially restream Evo.
Is that scat talk hidden in all of this shit? Is that scat talk as well?
Conditions and all of this shit.
Nah, I'm not counting that, no. Okay, we'll move on.
That you have to agree to in order to officially restream Evo is this segment. Okay? Now there's like...
Guys, let me read this out for you. It's because you can't see the whole screen. In fact, I can just fucking... I'll just fucking show you the full fucking screen temporarily. There you go. So, Phil's about to read this out. I like how he blocked his dumbass head. So, one of the important terms of this agreement is professionalism. And no wonder it fucking triggered Phil. Professionalism just scares Phil. He does not do well with professionalism. He fucking turns up to his job in his jammies. He's still it's fucking like fucking pyjama bottoms on half the fucking time. He wakes up like 10 minutes before a stream is meant to start. He is not in any way professional whatsoever in doing what is his profession. And this box is saying, please abide by the following while co-streaming the event. By checking the box, I agree to not speak negatively about any of the games or game platforms while co-streaming the event. Additionally, you must showcase the stream feed as is and not alter the stream overlay with any other graphics. To be fair, for that, that's a very fucking strict thing to be asked to do. Although, if you can make money by restreaming them, you can make money yourself. It'd be an easy thing to say, okay, just fucking... Well, Phil obviously would like to go, what about my overlay? I need to let people know how much I'm getting tipped and all that shit, so... I assume Phil's about to rant about it. But for fuck's sake, go away, sex bots. And Profit keeps sending them. Profit, stop sending your sex bots, please. Thank you.
Like a ton of these boxes you have to check in order to apply to Restream Evo. This one, people started calling out last night when they started reading through it. I'm going to read it for you guys. Professionalism. Please abide by the following while co-streaming the event. By checking this box, I agree to not speak negatively about any of the games or game platforms while co-streaming the event. Additionally, you must showcase the stream feed as is, and you may not alter the stream overlay with any other graphics. Hold on a second. Co-stream. All right, what that means, the term co-streaming means that there's a cooperation between the streamer and the stream that they're cooperatively streaming. All right, essentially what it means, you're going to stream someone else's content, but you're getting permission to do so and to add your own take on the content. That's the point of the co-stream. What would be the point? Just think about this. What's the point of covering a live event if you can't talk about it in any kind of a critical way, if you can't add anything to it? You can't even put an overlay or graphic over the broadcast. All you can do
I fucking muted myself again. I pressed the fucking button, I'm sure, to unmute myself, and I fucking didn't mute. Say again, it happened again. That's twice in this fucking stream I've done that, man. Sorry, guys. Thank you very much for telling me I was rooted. Guys, okay. I'll start again. I didn't get too far that time, to fair, you know, my wee rant. Phil is misconstruing criticism for negativity. The box specifically says you can't speak negatively about any of the games or game platforms. It does not mean he cannot be critiquing it. It is not the same. Being critical about something is not the same as being negative, and this is what has cost Phil so many fans in the past, because he cannot determine the difference between criticism and negativity. Phil, in his head, construes any criticism as a negative. Even when it's fucking put forward to him constructively, he always considers it a criticism and negative. Even constructive criticism in his head is negative. And Phil, that's what I'm saying, automatically he just thinks, oh, I'm not allowed to fucking critique this event. Nowhere in those terms of description does it say he cannot critique. It's exactly, so Phil, that's what I'm saying, Phil needs to fucking figure out how he can be critical of something without being negative. The problem is, Phil's always fucking negative. He cannot think of a way to be constructively critical without being a negative about it.
Is raw rebroadcasting. That's it. All right. Now I'm not making this up. I copy pasted this. This is word for word out of the terms and conditions that they've put there. Right. You see. And the thing that gets me about this is some people already have called this out, and now you got people who are kind of responding and saying, So for example, someone said, now wait a minute. I'm a VTuber. All right. I don't even show myself on camera. All I show is my VTuber avatar. And so what I want to do is I want to watch Evo and react to the gameplay, but obviously I don't want to reveal myself. I want to show my VTuber persona. Is that okay? And someone responded and said yes, but it's not sure if that was a Sony rep or just someone like saying that who maybe doesn't have the permission, right? I mean, essentially when you think about this, what are you agreeing to? If you agree to this, okay, what you're really agreeing to.
Wimmy said makes a great point. The conditions in these in this agreement here. The conditions also means that Phil cannot have his overlays at all. He cannot have, I can't say that on Twitter. He can't have his fucking members total showing. He cannot have total tips showing and all that shit, and super chat, last super chat. He cannot have any of his garbage on the screen if he was to restream this. All Phil could do at his end would be restream it as it is while potentially talking about it without being too negative about it. That is all Phil could do. Also, people could still contribute to Phil. I don't think there's anything stopping him from getting contributions in any capacity. He just cannot have his overlays while restreaming this if he chooses to restream it. Or co-stream it, or however if I can phrase it. But yeah, Phil, being the way he is determined to try and put his stamp on it and his kind of mark in it. And he's just trying to fucking, I don't know, it's kind of weird to see what Phil will do about it. I'm not sure. I have a feeling Phil's going to not bother to do this because he's going to be too annoyed they can't have his dumbass overlays on it. That's just a good point, D-Dog. He can't do it anyway because he's not on Twitch. It's Twitch only. I completely forgot about that. But it seemed like he was tempted to try and do it even though he's YouTube only. He's not sure if they'll come down hard on him if he tries to restream it from YouTube. I mean, it's just the way it
is giving Sony free ad space. Because if you're broadcasting something and you're not able to criticize it, you're not able to add commentary to it of any kind of a manner other than overly positive. You're not even able to add an overlay to the stream. Right now, this level 1 podcast overlay would not be allowed. The leaderboard at the bottom of the screen would not be allowed.
Correct. But everything else is wrong. Phil is allowed to be critical. He just can't be fucking negative. They don't want you to speak negatively, Phil. That is in right now. By checking this box, I agree to not speak negatively about any of the games or game platforms while co-streaming, and you must showcase the stream feed as is and not alter the stream overlay. That's all they're asking. I agree, it seems to be asking is a bit strict. It is a bit strict. But Phil is completely spinning this in a different way. He's saying now that you can't even fucking, you have to be positive the entire time. That is not what it says at all. Being professional is not the same as kissing someone's ass. Far from it. This is why Phil is stuck in level 1. This is exactly why this fucking prick is never going to escape level 1.
They're saying none of this is allowed at all. Zero allowance of any of this. Okay? And the thing that gets me about that is, then why even have co-streaming? If you're so afraid of your brand, right? If you're so afraid that people are going to say that the things at your event aren't good, or that your event isn't being run well, or that the games, or the game, like I said, the game platform, whatever it is, if you're so afraid of that, then why even allow co-streaming? Just say no co-streaming allowed. You have to watch it on the official channels, which are controlled. The whole point of co-streaming is adding someone else's take on it. And that means allowing both the positive and the negative. Okay, at this point, we really like Street Fighter V because it has this, but you know what? Personally, I don't like this particular gameplay mechanic about Street Fighter V. It's always been kind of a negative for me, and you can see how that's implemented in this competitive match. Just what I just said would not be allowed on a co-stream. Per checking that box right here.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Okay, my hand doesn't reach it. Checking that box, and go, it wouldn't even be allowed. You violated the agreement because you actually said something critical of the game. How the fuck does that make any sense? So this is not co-streaming. What Sony is allowing you to do is give free advertisement. Now, I've talked about this in the past. People who are content creators on the internet, and they get access to games early, and they're able to stream them and put out playthroughs of them early. But they're not able, all right? They're not able to actually say anything negative about the game. And people will watch it. This specifically happened with the State of Decay 2 debacle, okay, 4 years ago. The game was going to come out later on in the week. 3 or 4 particular content creators were given the game early. They streamed it on Twitch and literally didn't say a negative thing about the game. All they did was kiss the game's butt. Some of their own viewers called them out for this and said, why are you not being honest about the game? And they said, oh, well, there's a review embargo. And the review embargo isn't lifted till Tuesday, so if I play the game before then, I can't say anything negative about the game per the review embargo. All right? So guess what? Then you're not playing the game. You're advertising the game. You're a paid shill. You're literally accepting some kind of early access to the game or monetary compensation to kiss the game's butt and not be honest. That's bullshit. And by the way, State of Decay 2 was fucking terrible. The game was way worse than the first game, full of bugs, full of issues, boring as fucking dirt, and those people took paychecks. Guess what? They came and attacked me on Twitter and said that, oh, I just don't understand the industry. I'm just a grumpy old man who doesn't get those opportunities. No, I don't want those fucking opportunities. I want to be honest with my audience and transparent, so you know when you watch my content, you know you're getting the truth out of what I'm doing with the game, and you can see for yourself if this is a game worth your time or not. Now, I'm here taking a fucking paycheck, and I'm a paid shill, so oh, I'm popular now because I'm loaded with dough, because I kiss the game's fucking ass and I play the game. This is fucking bullshit. This is everything that's wrong with the game industry in a nutshell, condensed right here. You're not allowed to say a single negative thing about a game or even the gameplay. You can't even say, man, PS4, I really wish they were playing this on Xbox because PS4 has more input lag. You can't even say that, and that's actually been a major issue this year with EVO, that people have said these games are better on PC. Why aren't they using PC versions? Because they have less input. Oh, well, Sony, you're going to use PlayStation 4 because it's Sony sponsored. You can't even say that about the console or you get kicked out of their program here. You can't say factual fucking things. But again, now Chef Sackman says, well, you're not forced to restream the show. You're not. You're absolutely not. But also, you're not allowed to restream the show at all. This is not a restream. This is a paid advertisement. If Sony came out and said, hey, register to be a paid advertisement for EVO, then I would say, sure, that makes sense. They're saying this is the co-streaming application. It's not. This is not co-streaming. Co-streaming implies cooperation between the streamer and the content they're co-streaming so that you can have original content. Literally, if you co-stream EVO, you're not allowed to make original content. You can't have an overlay. You can't even be critical. You can only kiss its butt. That's an advertisement. That's not what this is. That's what I'm a problem with. So, absolutely, if you don't want to be a paid shill for Sony, don't do this. I certainly wouldn't do it. You know, absolutely fucking not. You know, that's absolutely ridiculous nonsense. It's one thing if they said, don't be overly critical or don't crap on it and don't try to be a complete jerk and slam it. This literally says you can't say a negative thing whatsoever. Just read it. In writing, that's exactly what it says. So, if anything, right, this is absolutely a sign that this is what happens when corporations get involved in things.
Don't crap on it. Don't crap on it. Scat talk or not scat talk? I guess it's borderline. I think it's borderline, but most people are saying no. Most people are saying no. Okay, most people are saying no. Okay, we'll continue.
Things that used to be grassroots. I would guess this is only one of many things. I would almost guess, I'm guessing, I don't know. You're going to hear stuff out of EVO this year. People who normally would have attended it, people who always enjoyed it in the past, we're going to come out and be like, it just ain't the same. Things are different. Things have been changed. We don't like these changes to the format. We don't like this. We don't like that. I almost guarantee you this year, you're going to be hearing all these stories about people who went to EVO expecting the same, but because Sony owns it now, it's very different, okay? And get used to it. This is what happens when corporations get involved in this shit, you know? It's sad. It really is sad. I'm not a fan of the canons. I don't think anyone's going to ever think I am, all right? I really don't like the guys at all. I really think that because Street Fighter was in their competitive control for so long, they were the only guys with money willing to finance a big tournament series. They were the only guys every year who kept it going, and then they basically had a stranglehold on it because they were rich. Not because they were good at what they did, not because they were well-liked, because they were rich, all right? Then, you know, Street Fighter hits big business because Street Fighter 4 booms, right? And now they're all of a sudden they're making tons of money on this thing, okay? Then COVID happens, it's like the complete opposite. Now this thing is just, they're fucked, right? They're completely screwed because they can't do it because of COVID, right? So EVO's definitely had its ups and downs, and definitely different people have different opinions of EVO, and EVO's changed over the years. But up to this point, EVO's always been in private control. And now that it's in corporate control, this is the beginning of the changes, man. It really is. Like, this is the beginning where we're going to see these concrete, crazy changes happening. I hope people understand that. You know, I hope that people get it, that, you know, everyone's always like, oh, well, the canons being in power maybe is not such good of a thing. I think this is a situation where we're going to see the opposite now, where, oh, shit, maybe Sony being in charge isn't even a good thing either, okay? By the way, I'm going to wipe off my camera. I'm curious if, to make it look any better, let's see. I thought that's going to help, but I figured with all the moving of the camera that I did in the last few days, moving it around and everything for the closet cleaning event, I might as well give it a quick cleaning wipe and see if that makes it look any better. I don't think it's going to, but there you go. Okay, so anyway, just the first of many. I mean, seriously, I seriously expect to be hearing not necessarily horror stories, but a lot of criticisms coming out of EVO this year. People saying things like, man, this is just not what it used to be. I guess we'll see, but Jesus Christ, you'd have to be an idiot to restream EVO. Like, why would you co-stream that? oh, you can't do anything of yours over the stream, and by the way, you can't say a negative thing about anything. So, you want to make the most boring stream ever? Co-stream Evo, I guess. That's really the most boring thing you'll ever do in your life. Okay. Those are the news stories. Now we get to shout out to everyone. So, we start off today with the YouTube side of things. Pepsi Man re-upped his membership for 15 months, and he says, I really enjoyed your closet stream. Thank you. You're welcome. And there's another one coming up in 2 weeks to finish it up. So it should be just as good, hopefully. Giotishman Gaming. I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Looks like Giotishman Gaming did a super chat and says, Superman versus Thor, who's more powerful? I have no idea. I don't know. Would Thor be considered magic? Because Superman's weakness was always magic. So maybe Thor would have an upper hand on Superman because he's magic. But if it's just like regular lightning coming out of clouds, I don't know. Like if Storm fought Superman, Superman would beat her instantly. Because he, the weather wouldn't really affect him. Lightning, wind, he doesn't give a shit. But if it's magical thunder coming out of, fucking Mjolnir or whatever, and it's different, then maybe it would affect him. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They're not real. Okay. I did get a tip, supposedly from Gorilla, the OG pimp. Let's listen to what he says. Let's have a good laugh. Hey, DSP, I know you probably hate me. I want another chance to chill at your positive stream chat. Okay? No. It would be one thing if you made a mistake, and that mistake was okay, he made a mistake, and he was gone for a while, and he came back and he made the same mistake. Literally, after you were banned, you came back with 400 clone accounts, completely insulting me, my family, doing disgusting things, nasty pictures, literal nudity and shit. You came back and did a million things. You're an idiot. No, you're not coming back. You're a fucking dunce, and you're never allowed back on my streams whatsoever. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm going to block your ability to ever send me a tip ever again, so I don't ever have to hear from you ever again. Okay? Now, if this really isn't Gorilla Pimp, then it doesn't matter, because I'm blocking the idiot's ability to tip me ever again. So there you go. So I won't be able to impersonate him if it is a Gorilla Pimp. So either way, I come up the winner. Okay. All right. What are my thoughts on Burger King chicken sandwiches? Depends on what you mean. The long traditional chicken sandwich, it's just okay. It's kind of average, not great, not bad. It's consistent though. If you mean the variations of the chicken sandwiches they've done over the years, like they had one that was the tender crisp chicken, bacon cheddar ranch. I liked that sandwich a lot. But then they've done other ones over the years that aren't so good at all. So the thing is, they don't have consistency. They keep changing their chicken, and every time they change it, they claim it's better, and half the time it's even worse. Uwa, if you spam that in my channel one more time, I'm just going to time you out. Okay? Just shut up. Thank you. I have to say, guys, sadly, we just don't have a lot of positive people here on stream today. We got a lot of these half trolls and shit being stupid in the chat, and it's starting to piss me off. So I'm just going to, soon enough, I'm just going to start laying out the bans. I'm just trying to be nice this morning, But we got a lot of these, oh, I ride the fence kind of assholes here, Like, let's bring up the tractor shit over and over and keep spamming and tagging Phil about it, so he'll finally talk about the tractor shit publicly. How about I just ban you and I never have to see you ever again? That would actually be the viable alternative, I feel. Okay. Okay. Spartanius one said, did you know Woody's Roundup is an entirely different sandbox-style game mode with its own missions besides the movie tie-in game? No. I did not know that. We were talking about Toy Story 3. I never played it before. I don't know anything about it. Spartanius one, I can't tell you if Toy Story 3 is a massive improvement over Toy Story 2 because I only played one stage. To me, it looks more on rails rather than open-world exploration, but at the same time, the graphics are dramatically improved and the controls as well. Toy Story 1 was a PS1 game with very floaty, wonky controls and bad graphics, while Toy Story 3 appears to be way more modernized. But again, I played one stage, so. Is there extra content for finishing the Riddler's riddles? I don't know. In Batman Arkham Asylum. In Arkham City, there's a whole optional thing with an optional boss fight and all of that at the end. I don't know how it works in this one. Does anyone know the answer? Is there a Riddler appearance or boss fight at the end, or do you just get, like, an achievement or trophy? I don't know. I'm sure it's the hardest one to reach in the game, because there's so many, like 240 riddles, right? There's a whole extra conversation with Riddler and a trophy. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Now, guys, one thing I'm going to say up front, and then we have some time for Q&A, all right? 2 straight days, we've had great support, all right? And I'd like to keep that momentum going, All right? It's been great. Right now, with the momentum we have, everything is good. I don't have to worry about paying bills. I don't have to worry about my day off. If we can keep the momentum going, things would be great. Okay? So, if you can keep that momentum going today with support, engagement on the streams, I would love it. Remember, we have new rewards in effect. All right? We have the Los Santos baseball cap. We have the inflatable Kings
fucking inflatable fucking crown.
And we have the fan favorite Bender hat. All right? If we hit $100 in tips on today's stream, you'll pick between those, and I'll probably throw in for good measure the cowboy hat too, since we haven't had that in a while. You'll have all the new hats in the rotation to be able to be worn on today's stream.
Fucking
right?
inflatable
So that'd be really
fucking
awesome.
crown.
If we could hit that goal today, it would help me tremendously, and you get a cool reward in the rotation here. All right? So again, if you're going to be here on the stream and chill today, there's many ways you can support the stream. You can like it, and that helps a ton for engagement. Super chats, super stickers. All right? That helps. Memberships, gifted memberships. That helps. Tips.
Oh, would you look at that? It said gifted memberships. We had 2 away. Fucking Yaldi.
Which leads towards these goal rewards. That helps. All right? All these things. And, you know, I want to keep that string going if we can. I've been very happy the last couple of days, quite frankly, with the way things have been going. All right?
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Please consider if you can. All right? Expand Dunks to the Roundup mode is like a sandbox with missions. Reviewers back in the day loved it even more than the main game. You can muck around carefree. Very innovative for its time in 2010. Oh, so I didn't know that. Did not know that. What are some of my favorite comedy movies of all time? Animal House, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, Clue, for sure. Clue is such a good movie. Insane comedic timing. Those are the ones that stand out the most to me. Like, anytime someone says comedy, those are the ones that, boom, they hit my head first. Now, we could probably go through a ton of the history of the 80s and 90s and other comedy movies that I like, too, but those are the ones that are synonymous for me with greatness. Maybe The Burbs, too. I really like The Burbs. Okay? Spartaneous ones that I still have Arkham City Collector's Edition. It came with a Batman statue, art book, soundtrack, Batman Year One movie on Blu-ray. So what's funny is I did buy Batman Arkham City Collector's Edition here in the United States. It didn't come with the movie. I remember it coming with everything you just said, an art book, the statue. I remember what the statue looked like. But I don't remember it coming with a movie. What it probably is that the different versions of different regions had different stuff included in them. Christian says, during the events of Arkham Asylum, do we know Jason's become Arkham Knight yet? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think we get that far forward yet. Yeah. The Batman animated movies are fire. Which one is my favorite? I don't really remember many of them. I'm just going to go with, if you're talking classic Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, and if you're going overall, I think actually Return of the Joker, which is the Batman Beyond tie-in, which ties classic Batman to Batman Beyond, is probably the best movie I've seen out of that studio. It was in the U.S.? I seriously don't remember getting the Batman Year One Blu-ray when I bought Arkham City, but then again, that was a very long time ago. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Okay. Pertusum Zone. I'm going to say the same thing to you I literally just said to Uwat Baxter. Shut the fuck up. You're bringing up detractor shit on my stream. Has nothing to do with it. Shut up. Or else I'm going to start timing and banning you out too. Because I've had enough of it. I've had enough of people bringing up the toxic detractor shit. When you give them attention, you buy into their bullshit. You're a fucking idiot. Shut up. Stop it with talking about what they're doing. That's exactly what they fucking want, you dunce. Shut up. God damn, man. How do you not get that? I've only said this how many times over the years that literally when you entertain what they're doing, you give them the power they're seeking. Shut up. Okay. I did read Batman The Long Halloween many years ago. I can't remember it now, though. I only read it once. I think I liked it, but I don't remember it. I would not choose between PlayStation and Xbox today because they're equally good consoles in my opinion. Some positives and negatives for both. Exclusives on both. Really, I wouldn't even be able to choose. If I had to choose between the two, I wouldn't be able to. It's that tight of a race, this console gen. Okay, Pertusum Zone, enjoy your time out. Come back in 10 minutes. Let's see if you learned your fucking lesson. What a fucking idiot. Okay. Grigonian says his first game he's going to play Star Wars The Force Unleashed tomorrow when he gets PlayStation Premium. Sounds good. I hope it streams well for you because that's a stream-only game, I believe. Jade says he would love a Toy Story 3 playthrough. Awesome. I'm strongly considering it. Like I said, the one bummer about Toy Story 3 is it has the licensed music, and I know all the videos are going to get claimed. That sucks. Okay? But outside of that, I think it would be a very enjoyable playthrough. Before Joker, I mean, I think there's a few people who could have become a character such as Arkham Knight. I think they wanted to go with a more cliche one. Because isn't it true that Jason Todd already in the Batman comics had done something similar? So, I think they were just kind of roll with that. It's all good, Kagome. No problems. Yes, I did like the Superman animated series, but I didn't like it as much as Batman, but I did still like it. No, I've never flown in a helicopter. Yes, I did play Darkest Dungeon. I played it for a segment of a marathon. I think it was an Indies marathon. Yes, the game was very difficult, but I was kind of learning the ropes, and then we ran out of time, and no one ever asked for it ever again. So, do I think Tim Curry would have made a good Joker? Man, that would have been creepy. That would have been creepy. He has the face for it, I feel. He has the face of Joker, if you really think about it. Like, the classic Joker drawings kind of looks like him. That would have been interesting. Of course I'm interested in Injustice 3. I love all the NetherRealm fighters. Even if I don't think that they're very great online, I still love playing through their stories and their offline content as well. That's the good thing about NetherRealm. They always put a lot of effort into both the off and online stuff. And I really like that about them. Checkers or chess? I prefer chess. Have I ever punched a punching bag before? Yes. Have I ever officially tried real boxing? No. Well, 672, he says, you have zero tolerance today, and I like it. Again, I'm a very lenient guy. You guys know that. You see that I'm very lenient with what I let people get away with. In fact, I get complaints all the time from regulars and stuff. Why do you allow the leniency that you do? Because it's very annoying to see people do shit, and you don't basically, like, do much about it. The problem is, again, I have to emphasize this. The reason that trolls troll is because they get attention out of it. Right? Trolls troll because they get a rise. They feel like they have power because they've had some kind of concrete control over someone. Even if the end of what they've been doing isn't exactly the end they intended, as long as someone is still talking about what they're doing, they still feel like they've won. Because that's all it is. They're trying to get attention. So the moment you mention it, you've already let them win. The best way to approach any kind of trolling activity is to ignore it. Now, if there's something that directly affects me, like, oh my God, I can't do a certain thing on a stream because of trolling activities, or this is happening behind the scenes and it's affecting me, you guys got to know about it. That's different. But in general, if every day I sat here and I talked about every way that I was trolled, number one, we would never get to any kind of positive content. And number two, it gives them all the attention they want and it would never stop. It would literally just be monstrous encouragement for them to continue. This is common sense. All right? Darth Revan says, hey Phil, didn't realize Multiverses is on your late stream today. Won't be able to make it because of the time difference, but I'll watch it on YouTube. Sounds good, Darth Revan. Thank you so much for your support yesterday. And yeah, catch up on demand. It should be a good time. I've been really enjoying the game. To my knowledge, Spartanius one, the only way I can stream N64 games is if it's on the Nintendo Switch Online subscription service, and I'd have to buy that service because I don't have that premium one. Okay. Tyrone, yes, exactly right. If you're interested in contacting me about stuff, you can email me about it. That's a better way to do it. Addressing it publicly on a stream when the idiots who are probably doing trollish actions to people are watching is the worst way to go about it. Talk to someone about it behind the scenes, okay? Jeremy Kyle really liked the newest Batman movie and says he feels I would really like it. I should watch it if I have a chance to. It's just more of a detective side. It's more Batman screen time than Bruce Wayne. Okay. Have I ever danced before? Well, yeah, when I was like super young. When I was like in elementary school and high school, I danced a bit. That was the last time.
Guys, full disclosure, we are 28 minutes behind live Phil. There's no way he fucking knew 28 minutes ago they would have like fucking 1 or 2 left. Let's be real here, okay? He's not seen the card. I know it feels like he's fucking watching the card. We are far behind.
Ross Hardy agrees with everything I said about Evo News. Thanks. John Gong says, did I try getting a prescription for something I never heard of, allopurinol, to battle my gout? Maybe cheaper than cherry juice. Well, on average, I probably spend maybe $10 a week on cherry juice because I buy 3 big things of it, and each one's about 2 glasses. Okay. I don't know if any medication would be cheaper than $10 a week. In addition, when I went to the doctor for my gout, when I first was diagnosed with it many years ago, I told the doctor everything. They said, okay, yes, we believe you have it. We're just going to do an x-ray to make sure it's not a broken foot, and then we'll go from there. So they did, and all they did was say, well, all we can do for you is prescribe anti-inflammatory meds. That's it. Now, that was, years ago. I don't know if I would go back now, if it would be different. It seems to me in the United States of America, these doctors are so fucking apprehensive of prescribing anything, unless it's like the last resort. I'll give you an example here. In 1 year, I had 4 major ear infections. 4. That should probably tell you there's something going on wrong in there. And maybe a good way to go about it would just be to very simply prescribe me a full course antibiotic. If I
Or maybe just fucking have more showers, you disgusting, filthy fucking pig. No wonder you fucking keep getting ear infections, man. You're the fucking most clattiest human being that we can fucking find on YouTube. You fucking have a shower once every month. If that.
I've got something weird going on in my body, let's cleanse it out, get it the fuck out of there, right? And then, if it happens again, now we know that wasn't the case, there's something more serious going on. No doctor would prescribe me an antibiotic. I even went...
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage, for super chat. He says I spend $10 a month. Sorry, you spend $10 for a 3-month supply of meds. So Phil's basically just not got a clue on what the fucking what do you call it? Why is that message not hidden? That should be. Oh well. I had the bot, but some of the messages aren't disappearing from me in there. Anyway, Black Mage just demonstrating that Phil has zero fucking idea about the cost of medication, or some medications at least, in his own country. Black Mage is obviously saying that he spends $10 for a 3-month supply of meds, and Phil's spending $10 a week on cherry juice, which he thinks is essentially medicinal at this point. Let's be real. Phil drinks 2 large glasses as if it's medicine. Not because he likes it, because he thinks it helps his gout. Which it probably does, but there's probably better ways to treat. No, Black Mage I don't think has gout. I don't know what Black Mage has. Hopefully whatever Black Mage has is not serious. I'm not sure if Black Mage is even being serious. He always says he lost a pinky toe. If that's genuine, then I'm sorry. I mean, that's a bummer. You don't know what you got until you've gone, I guess. I'd hate to lose a pinky toe. So small and defenceless. Jeez, well, commiserations. Without trying to sound overly nosy, Black Mage, is that why you get medication, or is it completely unrelated? We don't need to know why you get fucking medication. I'm just kind of curious if that's why you get medication, because you fucking lack a toe, which I think would kind of be strange, in my opinion. Because once the toe's gone, and why you get medicine, it's not going to fucking grow back, is it? I'm just a bit ignorant about these things, but yeah. 1 out of 10 doctors recommend you using your finger to clean your ear, then stick it in your mouth to wipe off. Jesus Christ, D-Dog. Old Black Mage has diabetes, that's terrible, man. My dad, my old man had diabetes as well, and yeah, it's an absolute bastard, that is. Commiserations, Black Mage, man, that's a sorry one to hear. The lack of a toe makes a lot more sense, all of a sudden, put it that way. Sorry to hear that, Bill. Thank you very much for the super chat, I appreciate it. But yeah, Phil clearly demonstrating his own lack of understanding of what specific medications would cost. He just thinks everything's going to cost a bomb because, American healthcare has that reputation. But Black Mage, who I assume is American himself, because he does contribute in dollars. I can see, it's as a US currency, US $2 he gave me. So obviously Black Mage is very aware of some things in the US healthcare system himself and what things cost. His insulin is 15 per pack of 5 pens, not bad. It's quite good. Such a very good, yeah. Yeah, Phil, clearly, as usual, no idea what he's talking about. He's not even done any research. He just assumes it's going to be expensive. So there you go.
Went and physically got checked up by a clinic and everything. And I said, will you give me an antibiotic? No, I refuse. It's like, it's a simple medication. It's not even like something insanely complex or expensive. They won't even do that in the United States anymore. It's like, it's fucking ridiculous. It's so over the top nutty that they won't just give you basic medications anymore. When I was a kid, I got a fucking antibiotic for acne. Acne! I had pimples on my face and the dermatologist gave me an antibiotic. Okay? Today, I have 2 swollen, inflamed, infected ears and they won't prescribe me an antibiotic.
They should prescribe you fucking soap instead, you filthy prick.
This is what I mean. Even if I went to a doctor today, if I had a giant problem, by the way, I don't have problems with my gout. That's the thing. I don't have flare-ups or anything. I'm fine. If I just drink the cherry juice, I'm good. But even if I had a giant flare-up, like, oh my God, I got to go to the doctor. And I go to the doctor, they probably still wouldn't fucking give me the drugs. They'd be like, well, alter your lifestyle and your diet, and you should take NSAIDs over the counter to try to get down the fucking inflammation. And yeah, all the shit I'm already doing, you idiot. Okay. Anyway, the point is I don't even have that problem anymore, so. Okay. All right. Is that it, guys? Shall we end today's pre-stream, the Level 1 podcast, per se? No, Eternal, I agree. Says antimicrobial resistance to antibiotics is a big issue. That's probably why. Fine. That's if you have antibiotics a lot. Like, let's say you keep getting prescribed antibiotics, then the microbes in your body may become immune to them. I've had an antibiotic in my body since I was a child. I'm pretty sure it would work. It's a little different. Booby to the super chat says, tip not me, never insult fam, not my clone Akins. I don't believe you.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Okay. So, I think let's end the show, guys. Take a brief break to use the restroom, and then we're going to jump back into Batman again. Thanks for being here. I hope people will engage and support Batman. Let's keep it going. It's been a great playthrough so far. Hopefully we can keep up that level. All right. Thank you all for a great podcast this morning, and I'll see you in a sec.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Okay.
Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Davey Boy 1540 for the subscription. Much appreciated. Remember, guys, the game is not over until Phil hits record on YouTube gameplay for the Batman game. We're still going, so the game is not over. We still might get it. By the way, Darkseid to Phil drew this. I explained it the other night. It's part of a meme. It's a detractor meme, and Phil still doesn't understand it yet. So there you go. Darkseid, if you're watching, he still is using it. He's not clocked on yet.
Okay. Let's get set up, guys. Let's swap over here. Let's do this. Good news is I do not have to take a big break today. Very short break. I just got to take a leak. There we go. Nice. That should be centered, I feel. And let me grab my controller. Ooh! Oh, my neck. Oh. Okay. All right, we ready? What I'm going to do is take a very brief break, like 2 minutes, just to go use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. All right, guys, thank you again. Thanks for chilling. Remember, all the easy ways you can support the stream. I'll be right back.
So Phil's not even running ads. He's muted the stream. But we can fucking just fast forward so easily. Fast forward. Fast forward. I'm just pressing the right arrow key to go forward 5 seconds at a time.
Lee!
Oh, he's back. Here we go.
All right, guys, I'm back. Told you it would be a quick break. Lee just to me $19.95. I think I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and count it as 20. He says Fighter's History for Evo. Ding dong die. Thanks for the fun streams, Phil. Ding dong die. Ding dong die. A weird move. I mean, it's so weird, the sound effects in that game. Thank you, Lee, for the first tip of the day. I appreciate that. And no, that's not racist. That's actually the sound effect of the fucking game. We played it last week. Ridiculous. Okay. All right, guys. Ready to jump back into Arkham? I hope so. Return to Arkham. I've been playing a lot on PS5 recently. More so than usual. PS5 usually when there's a lot of new playthroughs, I do them on here. A lot of them are on PlayStation, but for a while there, we're doing a good string of stuff on Xbox. And now, last few weeks, a lot of the stuff I'm doing here is on PlayStation. Okay. Where were we? We had just gotten the hacker tool, correct? Yeah, we had just gotten the ability to hack. So now we're probably going to be going back and hacking all the things that we weren't able to access before. Yusef, yes, I do remember Super Hot. Weird game for sure, very stylized. CMJ just tipped me $1.50. He says, have a good stream today, DSP. Pop your cock. Pop your cock, pop your cock. Like, what the fuck is he saying?
I'm not confident, guys. I think we're fucked.
Ding dong day and pop your cock.
I think we are fucked. Oh,
all right,
damn it.
You guys ready? You ready to get started?
Yeah, it's getting ready to start, damn it. He's literally just waiting for this narration to end, I think.
Joker's gabbing already. We didn't even just start. Where are we right now? It looks like they're actually...
Right, he's actually recording if a game... That is actually him recording. That's game over. I'm sorry, guys. I genuinely cannot believe that the fucking two that's not been ticked yet are those two. How in the fuck did he not say drama at any point in that fucking podcast? How is that even possible? That defies all logic that he fucking avoided saying that. It's not the fact that obviously we're 2 away, but he had so many chances to fucking say it. Meth Bear, what he's saying, last time we saw NHS prescriptions were $6.65, now I guess it's $9.55, is it less? I don't know, it depends who you're fucking getting, Meth Bear, I don't know. I don't have to pay money for subscriptions personally myself, prescriptions, I say subscriptions, fucking YouTube mode there, sorry. I don't have to spend money on prescriptions, Meth Bear, so I'm not entirely clued up on the costs of it these days. So I can't say for sure, I'm sorry. Could I reconsider adding chastising chat to the board? Guys, we're going to go over the card now, right? We're going to go over a full comprehensive list because we do have some cleaning up to do, in my opinion. And by that I mean we have to tweak a few things here and there. So here is the full card. First thing I want to do is this word here, drama. Now, people want this to be him like talking about drama instead. I suggested if we do that, if it has an asterisk around it, it means it's like an action thing, so Phil talking about drama could be that. If people like that, cool, we'll have it that way in future. Friend needs to go, lol, we know he has none. It's funny because fine. Go on. There we go, he's gone. We have Mock's chat. We have that here, Mock's chat. It's one of the most recent ones. So, Spitfire suggesting could I reconsider adding chastising chat to the board? I think Mock in the chat would cover that quite well. Air quotes equals drama. I think it still says the word drama enough. Stellan Archer says it does say it a lot usually. I mean, let me go to Pig Go, guys. Right, So I'm going to search 2 different things on Pig Go, right, and I'm going to search for only the podcasts and how much it says some things within this month. Well, say within July. We'll use July as reference, okay? So from the 1st of July to the 1st of August of this year, for only the podcasts, right? I'm going to take the word friend. So, guys, who wants to guess how many times Phil said the word friend or friends or friendship or something throughout the whole month between the 1st of July and the 1st of August for the podcast only? Guesses in chat, please. Alright, so it's not just, so it's friend, it's friends, it's friendly as well. Friendly counts. Things like that. Guys, you're miles off. So from the 1st of July to the 1st of August of this year, Phil has said the word friend in the podcast only, bear in mind, 70 times. 70 times. He said it twice yesterday. He said it like 4 times on the 31st. The 28th he said it once, the 27th he said it a few times, several times. The 27th he said it so many times. The 27th he said it like 14 times in the 20. He had one day where he fucking went mental with it. It was like a guy who I was friends with before ever. We were friends and comrades, travelling, content together, we're close friends. Would you want to have a friendship, another friendship with John Rambo? That was when he talked about John Rambo. The 27th was when he fucking talked about John Rambo and would you want to be friends with him again. But the fact of the matter is, the word friend popped up 70 times in total throughout between the 1st of July and the 1st of August. This is why it was on the card. This is why I had it on there. And this is why it's going back. Now, how about the word drama? Let's do the one done as in today. Drama killed us today. Any guesses, guys, how many times Phil said drama between the 1st of August? Sorry, the 1st of July and the 1st of August? I'm going to give you a clue, guys, for how many times Phil said drama between the 1st of July and the 1st of August. I'll tell you what, Canonise was very close. Canonise was extremely close. Canonise had 114 times. It's actually 125 results for drama. On only the podcasts for a 1 month period, he said 125 times. But today, none. That's just bad luck. That is just severe bad luck for us. It's not as if it wasn't a bad bingo card. We're just unlucky with Phil's predictability. What can you do? What can you do? Exactly what I said. He had so many chances to fucking say the word drama and he just avoided it like it was a fucking, like a horrible thing. I better not say that word, it might encourage it. It's unbelievable. Does anybody want anything new added to this board or tweaked? Keep in mind, so we've got... Does anybody want anything different? So, I'm up for new suggestions. At the start of the stream, I would have said drama and scat would have been nailed on. So would I, Wetworks, so would I. I would have said the exact same damn thing. $15+ in tips. That was originally $25. We lowered it to $15. The thing is, Urzel, I can't really check that on PigPigGo. PigPigGo will not tell me how much he gets on podcasts per podcast. You'd have to like manually check every single one to see what it was at the end of every podcast. And I can't be arsed doing that right now because fuck that. I'm just too easy for that. So. But it used to be $25 that total, and I lowered it to $15 to make it more fair. And it happened today, to be fair. Phil got $20 before hitting record, so it would have came in today if it was part of the bingo card today. Yeah, it is what it is. Right, guys, if people are happy with the cards, like the full list of things, if people are happy with what they're seeing, people don't want this changed or tweaked or whatever, they're happy with. So if he mentions the word drama, and this is on the board, it counts. Either talking about drama or saying drama. This would count for both. Like, if this was like this today on the card, it would have been ticked. Put it that way. Because he was talking about drama, some real life thing where, you know, one of the guys used to run evil and turned out to be a pedophile and all that shit. You do action for things he does, which you have, and words for things he says. So you want quotes around everything. So you want me to do like this? Adding quotes to everything. That's going to be painstakingly time consuming. If that's what people want me to do for future bingo cards, then I'll do it. Quote makes it more confusing from a distance. Oh, fuck off, sexbots. Profit for what have I fucking told you? No means no. Action, word, and everything else is either you leave without anything. Personally, I think it's fine as it is, in terms of like, I could just have a description of sorts on the screen to demonstrate and to illustrate the fact that if it's got an asterisk around it, it's like an action thing that has to happen, and if it hasn't, then he just has to say it. I don't know, guys. Anyway, we'll go over it again some other point. We're over 3 hours in this point. I'm going to end the stream, but I'm going to end it the usual sort of way. Before we actually go to to watch contributions. Let's check where Phil's up to now. Phil has only got gained $1 more. So Phil's been live for like almost an hour now, essentially, since he started game. Well, 45 minutes, 40 minutes. 40 minutes of gameplay. Phil's got $21. So that's that. I am going to pull up Pixar animations, because we're going to end the video the same way I always like ending the video. We're going to watch Notorious PIG contributions. And yeah guys, I mean, I really thought today was going to be a day. I thought today was going to be a day you guys were going to be able to, you know, get a reward, something back. I was really looking forward to getting something back to you guys, man, but 23 out of 25 is a very strong bingo card. Somehow didn't say drama, somehow didn't have any actual proper scat talk. It's bizarre. But well, there's always tomorrow, guys, There's always tomorrow. So, I'm going to end things, as I said, as I usually end them. We're going to enjoy some Notorious PIG contributions by Pixar Animations. And let me change the speed to, it is actually normal speed. Okay, fantastic. So, yeah, it's been King Jad. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. And thank you as well to people that subscribed and super chatted as well, Black Mage and Prophet, for the super chats. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. But until tomorrow, if you want to join me for bingo tomorrow, I'll see you then. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that, in an instant, fucking gone.